flow.
Hey.
What's up, guys? It is time for episode 47 of the Two Beerded Guys. I'm TBG_Ops Guy.
Mudhog being Q.
Our guest today is... You can just say your name if you want, Brian.
I'm Brian.
Oh, if you have a cool name, you can say that too.
I'm known as the Prophecy, Moral Compass 5000, also Time Cop.
Did you see Moral Compass?
Moral Compass.
Yeah.
Don't comment on
I thought you know as Brian. Like,
Why I am blind.
And behind the camera, the one, the only...
Oscar Matt.
Welcome back, guys. It's going to be a fun episode. Unfortunately, Time Cop is going to bitch out halfway through today. But
I thought you were going to say bitch tits.
I started to, but stopped myself.
By that he means respectfully leave because I have things to do.
But we do want to thank him for filling in today when our guest had to cancel due to COVID shit. You know how it's been. We went through the quarantine without losing a single guest.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden now,
Funny how that works.
we're having troubles getting people to stay on the show.
That's what it is.
Amazing how this works.
Glad to be here. Glad to help out.
It's almost like people going out is getting them sick. Anyway, so back to the show.
Yeah.
I just had to make a fun comment.
Which none of us have ever tested positive, ever been sick or nothing.
Cheers! We have a cool lineup. It's kind of a little bit of an interesting lineup, a little more IPA heavy this week.
We have a bunch to drink.
Yeah, we got to get rid of them. And not get rid of them in a bad way, but
Drink them.
But I'm excited.
Yeah.
Suter's never been on. We've tried to schedule him 15 times. He's the king of last minute excuses.
It's fitting.
Even when he made it here, he's still dodging out early.
So, hey, even
down
when
back
it's
there.
here, he's leaving.
Won't he be the first guest to actually leave early?
He will be.
We had other people that threatened to,
What?
and then they realized how cool and fun it was here that they wanted to stay.
We had a guest literally build in an excuse to leave, and thinking that he wasn't sure how it was going to be, yada yada, and then basically he just kept making excuses to not leave. It was fantastic. But first and
Reverse
foremost,
excuse.
it is time for our most anticipated beer of the night, starting with Matt.
Oh shit.
Always start. How are you surprised?
I don't know that I always start. I don't know.
Every week.
Every week.
Actually, I'm kind of looking forward to the Japanese espresso stout. Because that just sounds really crazy, and that's the same place you said we had the other ginger beer from.
Yeah,
that
the
was
ginger beer.
really interesting and cool too. So I'm really excited. There's a lot of these that I've had before, so I know what I'm going to get out of there, or I know what I'm going to expect. But that
Stop
was
drinking
kind
the
of
beer ahead of time.
No, I just.
Yeah.
I mean, like Listerman. I know Listerman's going to be good no matter what. Or 18th Street, I know it's going to be good.
That's not always true lately.
It's a stout though. I think we're safe.
Yeah.
We're
Fair.
probably safe there. Yeah.
All right, John, you're up next.
You know,
I apologize for calling you Matt, by the way.
it's not the one that I think
Yeah,
is going
John
to be...
counts. What the fuck?
Yes, that's right. It's not the one I think is going to be the best, but I've never had a milkshake IPA from 18th Street, so I really wonder how they did.
You're a sucker for 18th Street. I'm just going to come out and
He
say
is.
it. And there's
A little
nothing
bit.
wrong with
A
that.
little
There's
bit.
nothing wrong with
He's
that.
also a label her, so
He is a
I
label
am
brewer.
label whore,
Some
and
of
they
them
have
have
that
amazing...
wasn't supposed to come
They
out
have
that way.
amazing...
You're not wrong. And this
Yeah, it
is
is.
not no disrespect. It's a good choice.
Time Cop.
All right, so
I wish I would have done that before I named the episode.
I was stuck between three. I narrowed it down to the Founders DKML, which is a bourbon barrel aged malt liquor. I'm intrigued, and I once brewed that. So,
Liquor. Barely know her.
but also,
He's got the buttons.
Literally have a rib shot button.
I was just watching Tyler's face.
I'm gonna throw in I'm gonna throw in an honorable mention. I really wanted to do the triple digit Chicao.
You still can if you stayed.
Apparently, I've already had that. I have zero recollection of it. The derivative single hop
well.
Galaxy IPA also
It's
sounds
pick
good.
one fucking beer.
Yeah, you just wanted like half of them.
The guest is always right.
And you won't even be here for half of them.
Actually, two of the ones he said he won't be.
Hey, just throwing it out there.
For me, I'm going to have to go with... It's not the one I actually was looking forward to begin with, but I'm going to go with the watermelon candy scoop from Two Toms because I posted it on a couple different pages, like I do our beer lineup every week, and I've instantly had like 4 comments already talking about how good it is.
Tom.
2 times.
Continue.
I get it. You said Tom twice. But anyway...
We also don't know where it came from.
Yeah, we have no idea who bought it. I thought Matt bought it. Matt was like, no. So I'm like, well, then it had to be John when he went up to Fort Wayne at one point in time. And he's like, no. And I haven't bought anything 2 times basically ever. So, yeah.
Mr. Beer. It came from the Beer Fairy.
Did Backyard Beer Chick give this one to us?
She did. That was Jennifer that gave it to us.
BYBC.
Nice job.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Good deduction skills.
Yeah.
But it is time for our first beer. But before that, Matt, you got anything for us?
Yeah, we got a few people on already. So Kevin Atwell's on here. Says hello, guys.
What up,
Hello.
Kevin?
Yeah, we saw him just
Cheers,
a few days
mate.
ago, right?
Can't wait to have you on the show in early April, late March. I forget what I put you down for.
Late March.
It's whatever it was I scheduled you for.
Right before my birthday.
Got Russell on as always.
Russell, love
Says,
Russell.
great job on the sledding suit, Tyler and John. A pleasure as always.
Oh, I forgot my sledding
Did
suit.
we send something?
Damn it, you guys didn't tell me.
Oh, of course. You know, that was one of the harder designs I had to come up with, and I'm glad to accept my Nobel Prize.
Oh, yes, yeah.
That took me a second.
Yeah, no, that was good.
I definitely missed the memo on that one. Carrie Davis is on. Says, "What's up, dudes?"
Another future guest. Thank you again, Carrie, for purchasing the spot for our show in the fundraiser that we helped with.
Kevin.
For Kevin. We were really excited to be a part of that. We were excited to meet Kevin and hang out with everybody that day. And thank you for bidding and helping out a good cause and being on the show soon.
Well,
March 1st.
of course, yeah.
That's soon by our standards.
It is, yeah.
We also got Stephen King on. Says, "Sup, y'all?"
Stefan, what up from Hoplore?
Brett checking in from work. Don't tell anyone. What's up, guys?
Clearly, work's busy tonight.
We got Mike Lawton on. Says, "Is this a beer and beard show?"
Ha ha ha! I get it, Mike.
And
By the
then
way, we got one coming up today. Number 2.
we've also got name sounds familiar. Can't place it. A Megan Mueller. Where do I know that from?
That does.
Ooh, she sounds hot.
She
Yeah.
is, I hear.
Says,
is that right?
Yeah.
Says, apparently she's a fan. Says the only way Brian could look better is in a wife beater.
Oh.
So sexy.
It's kind of a weird term coming from a
Slide,
significant other.
slide my number in her
He
DM.
said he has man pecs, but
They're called bitch tits.
I'm in the middle of movies. Like they're boobs, but they're masculine. You know.
Ah, yeah, I'll go with that.
they're boobs.
That kind of catches us up. Is it that time now, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought we had your entrance song.
No, that's what we do right before we
Tyler
drink
didn't
beer.
like it.
And I also am not a huge fan of that song.
It's too heavy for
That's
him.
why we created a new entrance song that we just haven't set up yet. All right, so hey, it's almost like you're not a part of the show.
Oh.
If you were staying the whole time, I'd let your opinion matter.
Oh.
Our first beer is the Watermelon Candy Scoop by Two Toms up in the Fort Wayne area. And by area, I mean literally in Fort Wayne.
Wayne.
Don't know why I said
It's
area.
a nice brewery.
Is it? You're the only one that's been there. I haven't had a chance to make it up yet.
Yep, it's a real nice interior. I think they're expanding even, which is awesome, but yeah, it's worth the trip.
Both times I had the ability to go there, they were closed that day, and it really sucked. It made me sad. It is a 4% ABV pastry-style sour ale. So we're starting off nice and light ABV-wise, but fantastic when it comes to taste, hopefully.
Hope so.
Are you taking notes?
And meanwhile, Stefan threw up like 5 of the devil horns here. I don't know if that was for
Yes.
the rock music or
That's
for
for
Two
rock music.
Toms, but
Shout out
could be either,
Tommy.
could be both.
Tommy Icarus.
Yep. As always, we guys, like we try to remind you,
Stefan, reach out to Tommy Icarus and book him for shows at your brewery.
He's amazing. Not only in music, but in life.
Yeah. He's amazing.
Oh, we got Todd Swain on as well. I just saw him this week. What's up, buddy? He says, with it being the holidays, we should try the Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Peppermint Porter. I don't know if you guys have seen that or
I
not.
did
but
see that. I
I've
couldn't
not
commit.
seen that yet.
Kentucky Bourbon regular is pretty solid. I like
Yes,
it. I haven't
it is.
really had a whole lot of their variants.
I agree. Unfortunately, we got
It's
a
like a Jolly Rancher.
metric shit ton of beer to get through right now.
You guys are welcome.
Which again isn't a bad thing, but we have a metric shit ton of beer to work through, so we probably will not be buying much of anything for a while.
I feel like that's directed at somebody.
Uh,
Not sure who.
Smells almost like a Jolly Rancher.
Yeah, it's definitely Jolly Rancher color.
Oh, since we do have a guest on here, sounds like a good time to cover our rating scale as well, Tyler.
yes. Sorry guys, I have other things I have to take care of.
Ooh.
Our first beer, like I said, is this. What we do as our score is the 0.25 to 5 untapped scale, so everything's in 0.25 increments.
Okay.
3 is a perfectly average beer by our standards.
3.
3.
Yeah.
So going up from 3 is above average. You hit 4, that's a beer you're going to search out. Go look for at liquor stores, at the breweries
About 4 and
themselves.
above, you said?
Starting at 4, yes.
Okay.
And then above 4, it's that ultra good beer. You get above 4.5, that's when it really becomes more of a personal choice. We try to be as objective as possible. At 4.5 or higher, that is very much to give a 4.75 or 5, that's going to have to be your style on top of your style kind of thing. Opposite direction is below average, under 3. Under 2, you're getting into the, really would rather not. Under 1 is for the God's sakes. You look at the person handing you the beer and go, I won't even drink that free. We've only had a few under 1, thank God.
Lister bread.
Yeah, Lister. It wasn't me this time. He was first. But yeah, so if it's that bad, that's a beer you look at him and go, you're better off just pouring that.
Remember when that used to be Alabama's best IPA?
Which isn't even below a 1, technically. I think it is a 1.
I think it is a 1. Okay. This is
Hold on,
really
gotta give it the swirl.
smaller swirl.
Patented.
I learned everything I know from that man.
Yeah.
So
I think that the whole Jolly Rancher thing is pretty accurate. It's a watermelon flavored Jolly Rancher.
Very accurate.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. They just melted a bunch. And
If you like that, that's going to be really sweet. If you don't like watermelon, you're not going to like this.
it's got a nice little tartness to it.
So this is not my style at all.
Yeah.
But not bad.
I like the tartness. It balances that oversweet water or Jolly Rancher.
Yeah.
It is well balanced. I just don't like watermelon.
I don't like watermelon, and I'm not a big fan of tartness in beers. That's my own personal preference.
I didn't
That being
used to,
said,
but I
for what
really,
it is, it's not bad.
I really grew to like it. I will say, like, I was anti that hardcore to start.
So one of the reasons we've been trying to get Brian on, for actually multiple reasons. Brian's a good friend of the show, and by show I mean us, because he doesn't watch. He sucks. But no, Suter's good buddies with all of us. We play board games together, all that kind of
We're
stuff.
buddies.
He actually was the head brewer
Acquaintances.
at Books and Brews for a long time. That's actually where all 3 of us met him, was at Books and Brews. And we got to know him there, became friends, yada, yada, yada. He's also worked for Sun King and then done a crap ton of other things as well. He's a good dude. Board games are definitely one of his main hobbies, and it's a blast. So he turned me on to the board game Puerto Rico, which I absolutely love, which turned into San Juan at that point.
Yes.
Yeah, so I appreciate Suter, even though I'm going to give him shit the entire show.
The entire time.
And it'll get worse after he leaves.
Maybe you need to tune in.
If someone would
He
actually tell
sits there
him,
with his phone on while
These motherfuckers.
if only someone would be like, hey, it's okay, Brian, you can stay the whole time.
Brian, what is your favorite beer to brew? Like, favorite style?
To brew.
Yeah.
Ooh. I guess I'd say an IPA. It's fun to kind of experiment with different hops. It smells awesome. Yeah, and even if you know the hops you're using really well, you never, you have a good idea of what's going to come out, but you can get surprised. So that's probably what I'd say to brew. To drink, I'd probably have to go with barley wines.
Yeah,
I'm a
me
sucker.
too.
English.
Yeah, that's the difference. I'm American. And not just American. I like American barley wines better.
Yeah, this guy's like, America.
Yeah, American.
I do like English barley wines, but American's more my style.
Oh, speaking of
America,
Mr.
damn it.
Smoller, he says Brian actually showed up and on time. All caps with a lot of question marks.
I was super early.
Yeah, but
for the
Smo,
record.
he's leaving early, so...
It balances out.
You've been
Yeah,
on
right?
twice. You've never bailed on us. You stay the whole time.
very knowledgeable. Tells us the smallest.
Oh, shit!
I mean, we're just waiting for that to come out from Brian. I'm not saying he doesn't have it.
Kevin is a saint. I can't say anything.
It was amazing. It was very knowledgeable.
Brandon Morse is also on. Says hello, guys.
What up,
What's up,
Randy?
This beer,
That was less a knock on Brian. There's a compliment to Kevin for the record.
Sure.
I didn't take it negatively.
Yeah,
and I also started by saying I learned everything I know from him.
Right?
So,
yeah.
if it's a knock on me, it's a knock on him, and I'm all for that.
So, John, do you have anything to say about this beer before we rate it?
I thoroughly enjoy it. It's that kind of great blend between, like, definitely Jolly Rancher, watermelon Jolly Rancher, but a little bit of, like, I've had that warhead sort of coating on it, but not a lot, because it's just slightly tart. And I really like it. I'm going to rate it, because I go first, and I will seek it out again, so it'll be a 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
Swinging.
Enjoy it. Yeah.
Suter, you're up next.
I will say I would give it a 3.25, and I will say that solely because it's just not my cup of tea. And if it for what it is, it's pretty tasty. It's just not what I look for in a beer.
Fair. I think it's fantastic for what it is. I was anticipating it because I was excited, mostly because of what other people were saying. I actually was agreeing with Suter originally. The DKML was the one I was really looking forward to. But when you get enough people telling you this one's good, you got to get excited. I'm going to go with a 3.75. I'm not going to go search it out, but I do think it's really good for what it is.
Okay.
It's too much Jolly Rancher for me to give it a 4.
Gotcha. That is a 3.75 average.
Awesome. Don't forget, guys, you can find all our scores for every beer we've ever had on the Two Beerded Guys Untapped. It's cool. We've had over 400 beers that are on there. Are you looking at what I'm writing down?
No,
it's the scores, so I don't
He's
forget.
trying to get the spreadsheet.
I didn't see it.
It's so I don't forget my scores.
What if Brian actually shows up again and he has a spreadsheet?
Oh, and I challenge mine against his, and I'm like, bullshit. He's like, what? I have it written down, and I have all of my equations and shit. I'm like, suck it.
You're an idiot. But anyway, like I'm saying, you can find us on Untapped, which follow us. It's fantastic. Just because we tell you how we grade, and then you'll see exactly what our beers are in case you miss an episode. Also, make sure you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. Check out our store on Facebook and
Brian, can
the
you open us up
website.
an OnlyFans? You do the force.
But make
show
sure you
more than I
like,
care to.
follow, and subscribe on YouTube. That's huge.
belly buttons.
Make sure you smash that like button. It's appreciative. You are useless.
I don't see where it's at. Oh, no, it's the one with the arrow. I was too
The
busy
one with the
reading.
picture.
The one with a picture.
I couldn't see the forest through the trees.
What was the picture?
An air horn.
There's an arrow horn. And it says arrow horn below.
I was
it.
really going to try to stick up for you there. And
I appreciate it. There's no saving that.
Yeah.
It's literally an air horn.
Well, last week I was on top of it, and then like Tyler still fucked around, so I had to miss it right. So
I even looped back to it when he wasn't looking at it
Yeah.
originally. But make sure you do all that. We appreciate it. And we'll interact, especially on the Two Bearded Guys Instagram. We're very active on it.
Yeah.
Follow TBG_Ops Guy and Mudhog B&Q. We're both very active on our personal ones as well. If you want to see some of the most dank beer memes and Two Bearded Guys related memes, check out Offscreen Matt.
He's got a guy.
He has his own
I
social
gotta
media
take a picture.
director. He has
but why?
Matt has a social media marketer that does
I don't
it all for him.
even understand this.
We don't
We don't
either.
either.
Like, why?
It just happened for free.
awesome, man. That's all I gotta say.
I was like, what are you doing that's so busy?
It's a friend of the show. He takes care of Matt's social media for us. So
What do you do for him?
I bring
Don't answer
this once a week between 7 to 9 every Monday. You get this.
Speaking of which, after you're done with our show, and then every Monday through Friday, from 8 to 10, check out Nightcap with Hecubus at terpsupradio.com or use their app, Terps Up Radio. They're one of our main sponsors for this show, sort of, but mostly for our
Podcast.
Two Bearded Guys Drunken Movie Reviews. They're the host of that and pay for it, like our podcast time,
Yeah.
which can get expensive. So
How do you recommend a movie?
we're very recommend
Just
the movie
us.
by
Slide into our DMs.
follow the TBG Drunken
Oh, yeah.
Movie Review Instagram
He's better at this than I
and message us on there. We have kind of a list we're working off of, but we've kind of thrown that out the window a little bit and just kind of gone rogue lately. So recommend
Well, the
a movie
holidays
for
kind of
us.
messed up the
Holidays.
list.
Yeah, holidays.
Way to go, theme.
But recommend movies to us, and we're happy to watch them. Actually, one movie that got repeatedly recommended, we ended up watching because of it.
did.
Big Trouble in Little China. Yeah.
Oh,
Which
I would
was,
love to rewatch that.
We had that on the list, and just because we had people asking about it,
I'd love
maybe
to
we need to
rewatch
push
that
this up.
movie.
Yeah.
It
So
was
Your
quite
vote
awesome.
does count.
yeah, we do listen to you guys. So yeah, check all that out. We appreciate it. Next
Also,
is a beer I'm going to say before Matt says anything.
All right.
I'm going to give you the name so you know what we're drinking. Slushy XXL Golden Lion Smoothie Style Berliner Weiss, Mango Passion Fruit Pineapple, and Pink Guava from 450.
That is a lot of things.
Is there anything else that you
I
missed? You might
don't
have
think they
missed
forgot
some.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that Megan says Brian is officially a family man now. Gotta get home. LOL.
She's right.
Really, Megan?
Oh, sorry. Brian is officially.
Nice.
Not what we were going for, Megan. That was not your role.
It's not too late to retract that.
Well, it's very true. Told you guys, I got shit to do.
You gotta tuck kids into bed, give them good night kisses. I get
Megan,
it.
you can be away from him for one night.
If you were with me every night, you would not say that, for the record.
Actually, I would.
He's
want
got
to
one
be away
thing.
from him.
He's got one thing.
Hey,
That's what I hear.
you're good at something, you gotta go with it. I have a lot of faults, guys. I gotta stay up on my... A lot of cons. I gotta stay up on the pros side.
God damn it. Oh.
What are we drinking, orange juice?
Right?
I
Essentially.
am not sure the ABV on this beer because it is not on the can.
It's like V8, but it's fruit 8.
Oh, do we need to announce this is Brian's first 450 slushy? Right? What's
I
that?
think so, yeah. I believe it is.
Which we've had a good track record of people with their first 450 because Kelly's first 450 actually was a pretty damn good one. So maybe this one will keep that train rolling.
Don't forget to make sure you guys give it the smaller swirl.
Definitely.
So it's a double XL, but it was ended up only being a 6% ABV.
Right.
So what does double XL mean?
Usually
It's one
the
more
double
than
XL
XL.
series is a heavier ABV. It's supposed to be, but ever since their ABV started getting tested, that's not always been the case.
Oh.
I was able to pick this beer up. It's one of the beers that was given to us by our sponsor, Indie Craft Brew. We thoroughly appreciate all the beer we get, and I'll pick up our next the case that I didn't make it to this weekend. This week I'll meet up with Jared. We appreciate it. It's huge for us. It saves us a lot of money, and that is unbelievably amazing. So thank you very much. And if you guys are looking for 450, and especially if you're on the north side of Indy or north, go to the Indie Craft Brew Bottle Shop / Books and Brews Muncie to pick up all your 450 needs. They have the IPAs, they have the slushies, they get every release. They're one of the only places you can find every beer from every release when it's released. So they run out quick, but check them out. You can also get amazing windmill beers, hop lore beers, Two Toms a lot of times, and a lot of other hard to find stuff. So
it's kind of that's their specialty.
that's their niche. They're open on Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays now. So check them out. Follow them on Instagram at either Books and Brews Muncie or Indie Craft Brew Bottle Shop.
Oh, thoughts?
You want to hear it?
Yeah.
I got it nailed down.
Lay it on
Good.
us.
Okay. It's like a reverse brass monkey. You take some orange juice, you throw some grapefruit juice in there, and then you throw a splash of ginger beer, and you have whatever this is. That's what I got. To a T.
I think there's too much going on.
I kind of think you're not wrong,
It
but
coats my mouth like it's got pulp in it, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
And then it's got a grapefruit finish back here.
It definitely has
And
a
then
tart finish.
There's ginger somewhere in there. I don't even know where it falls. It's just a...
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot.
It starts off kind of like a smoother, like orange juicy mixed fruit drink.
What
Finishes very tart.
What kind of base beer is this supposed to be again?
It's a Berliner Weiss with mango, passion fruit, pineapple, and pink guava.
And it's a 6+% Berliner Weiss.
5.86, I think, was the
Okay.
official.
I guess for a Berliner Weiss, that is a double XL something.
Yeah.
Trekker's got some bees.
it's a pretty good flavor, but there is so much going on. It's hard to kind of differentiate them. And I think for me, like the orange juice and the pineapple are kind of taking the wheel. Like I'm not getting a whole lot of that.
Would be kind of fun to drink with breakfast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I was thinking vodka.
Yeah.
I mean,
got
yeah.
some.
both. Yes,
But with pancakes, like syrup, pancakes, that's sweet and
Yeah. That'd work well. It's not as bad. I just don't think it works as well as some of the others that we've had.
It's not as good as some of the ones we've had very recently.
Yeah.
A couple of the ones we've had on the show recently, I think, were a little better. This is still a solid beer, and I know a ton of people. My brother actually had this one, I think. No, I didn't give that one to him. But Brett has had a few, and this is one I know his wife would love.
Yeah.
She's been a huge fan of the sour IPAs, too, lately. Especially the Citrine and Topaz, the one we liked.
That one was tasty.
really good.
I would drink that often.
Yeah.
But this is solid, and I'd love it with breakfast. This would be a great like Saturday morning, Sunday morning breakfast beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
If you're having something sweet. If you're having like cereal, it wouldn't work.
You don't have beer with your cereal?
I do, but I wouldn't do that with my cereal.
I tried that.
I pour Bud Light into cereal because, at least then it has flavor.
It's burial.
I tried Guinness with Cocoa Puffs.
Nice.
Brian just says like burial.
You're up first to grade it this time, Suter.
Again,
Oh, pause for just a second. Matt, not that you count, but what would you have given the first one?
The watermelon
Yeah.
thing? It would deserve better than what I would give it, but I'm kind of going to be more like Brian just because of personal taste. I don't like watermelon, so I would go like a 3 1/4 because out of respect to what it is, it's definitely above average done, but I didn't enjoy it because of my taste. But it should probably get higher.
And I'll let you go first on this one, even though you don't count.
I feel like you just asked me.
I'm going to give you a second to think.
I didn't need one, but all right.
I think this is pretty good. You nailed it on the head for me, Tyler. Like,
I just want to make Matt talk.
some of the ones we had before, I think, were a little more effectively blended on the flavors. Not mad at this, though. I'd drink it again. It's just a lot going on that they kind of compete with each other more than blend, I think.
Oh, if somebody handed me this beer, I would still happily drink it.
I would. I'd go like a 3.5. I wouldn't be opposed to, a 3.5 plus. I wouldn't go 3.75, but if we had that middle range, I think it could go a little higher.
Suter, the first official score, the one that matters, because you matter. So I wanted to make sure you got the conch.
He doesn't matter?
No, his score doesn't count.
I don't count. I matter. I just don't count.
Yeah,
That's true.
It counts to me.
See, now Kelly's incepted
Yeah,
us.
Kelly's like in our head.
And I super appreciate what you're doing because the whole time I was thinking if I pour a beer on top of this.
It's hashtag dish bitch.
Yeah. His original title was Dish Bitch. He got upgraded to part-time producer.
You mean more to me than that, Matt.
No, he matters. He just doesn't count. Kelly flat said on the show he didn't matter.
Oh, wow.
We were like,
Yeah,
oh.
that was
So I'm going to have to go with a 3. And I personally, now granted, sours aren't necessarily my thing, but there's just too much going. I personally would not care to drink that again. That's just my personal opinion.
and a 3 is a perfectly average beer.
Yes,
So
it just sits right there.
all right.
I'm going to give it a 3 1/4. I think it's above average, especially for the
Matt.
slushy style. But I'm not going to go much higher than that. I think it's barely above their normal average slushy. But it is better than some that we've had in that average range. So I'm going to give it a 3.25.
I was also 3 1/4. I mean, it's not bad. It just didn't work the way that I was kind of hoping it would, and I would. Yeah, we've discussed it all. I would drink it again. I think having it for breakfast, throw in some vodka or some champagne or just something sparkly could be good.
The bubbles would be kind of nice
Yeah.
for it. I think it'd take some of that coatiness away too.
Yeah.
Some Malibu, maybe.
The
Get a little-
effervescence
little
of those
rum.
bubbles.
Something.
Beer mimosas definitely for that, but yeah, it's fine. So 3 1/4.
Solid. Overall average of 3 1/4.
Couple
Matt?
of quick jump ins here. Lauren Angeline is on. Hey.
Lauren, what's
up?
She says, that sounds yummy. Talking about all the stuff that's in there. Which,
Shocker.
yeah. Like I said, it wasn't bad. It had a lot of good stuff in it. And then Mike Lawton said he had more. So I'm guessing he's probably talking about that citrine and topaz, maybe.
Dude, if you
So-
still have more citrine and topaz,
That
I would, we need to talk.
that's tasty.
Yeah. For one, I know my brother wants some, and then we all 3 want some. So,
How do we afford? Because we're seeking it out right now.
yeah. That shit's,
At least a 4.
Yeah.
it's
right?
a sour IPA. It's
Actually, it worked. It was good.
yeah, we've had one by them we didn't like, and we've had that one that we crave. It's like alcoholic orange juice.
It was.
It was tasty. So, guys, if you're in the area, again, of Books and Brews Muncie, check out them and ask for the citrine and topaz. See if they have some, because it is very good.
Yeah. Exit Buddy.
Yeah, I love this for the name alone, if nothing else. We're going to drink the Exit Buddy by Windmill Brewing Company. It is a new Zingland-style pale ale.
What are some New
Hey.
Zealand
It'd have
hops?
to be New Zealand hops. That's what I imagine. I was trying to
Yeah,
think of the name.
I've read that earlier when I saw these cans, and I was like, huh. Was that a typo? Like, no, they probably meant to do that.
Pacific Jade Matuka hops from New Zealand.
Pacific J. That was the one.
There you go.
We did.
Okay, I was right. Ooh,
What was that one that we did?
panicked just
That
a little
riff
bit.
off of-
I was like, did I mess up? Is this one we've had? No, it didn't.
Oh, no.
But yeah, I'm excited to try it again. I had it on draft.
Yeah, I remember when we got the cans, I saw that on there. It's like, oh, that's...
I had it on draft when they did a tap takeover at the Books and Brews Muncie store.
And I also just had a thought when I was doing my dish bitchly duties that if Brian can only be here for an hour, perhaps we expedite our consuming, and then he can enjoy more beverages.
We're doing all right. Yeah, we might get
Yeah.
it.
So I was like, we're doing a pretty decent pace.
I-
Maybe
extra one
I'm
in there.
purposefully.
we just drink a bunch really quick, and he doesn't talk.
Yes.
Just sit there and look pretty. Do what you do, Brian.
I will do that.
Him and his movies.
That's what I'm good at.
Brian, what is
Chunkiness.
other than Catan? Because we know. What's your favorite board game?
Ooh. I gotta put Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico might be my number 2.
I love Puerto Rico.
It's just pretty awesome.
I love their little turtles.
I don't know. I've come across a lot of good ones lately. We have yet to play.
I'm a huge fan of King of Tokyo.
Can you talk about cool?
It's a fun game for people that play much more difficult games, as well as people who don't. It's a nice in between, easy to learn.
Yeah. Automobiles is up there. That's a good one.
Clank is one of my favorites.
I've never played that.
It's a cool deck builder. You basically go around, get the treasure, avoid dying by the dragon or whatever.
I will say, deck
version you have.
builders I've just never really gotten too into.
What else have I played recently that I really liked?
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
What's your favorite game to play while drinking?
All of them?
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes when you're drinking, it's easier
You
to lose
can't
focus.
play.
Mortal Kombat.
There's certain games. There's
Mortal Kombat.
certain board games you're not gonna play while
True.
drinking, just because you're gonna lose the attention of people.
We know the correct answer.
What is the correct answer?
Coup.
That's what I
Well,
figured.
Coup
you'd
is the
say.
best group game that we have. It's the best when there's a bunch of us and we're half paying attention.
Yeah.
Zombie
Because
Dice
we're all-
is mine.
Zombie Dice.
Oh,
Zombie Dice
that's
is
fun.
Zombie Dice is mine.
Zombie Dice is my best, wait in line game.
It's always in my vehicle.
Yeah.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, what do we think of this, boys?
There's a hint of mint in there.
Did we say it's like jasmine? Is that
Pacific Jade.
or jade? Yeah, is that a
Brewed
hop
with
style or
Pacific
is it-
Jade
hop?
and Motueka
Okay.
hops from New Zealand. This fruity pale ale is the perfect companion for crushing the EAC, dude. So grab your exit, buddy. Rip it, roll it, and punch it. Yeah, from Finding Nemo,
Yep.
the sea turtles.
That's what
150
Candyman
years young, bro. AKA Chris Ream.
I get it.
You think you get it, but you need to see a picture of Chris Ream and a picture of the turtle, and you're like, oh, now I really get it.
I like it. Definitely is crushable.
Sparkly.
Yeah, there's for not being that bubbly in the glass. Really,
It definitely tastes.
it feels bubbly.
Yeah, it does.
It gives you that easy drinking, something that if you took a big gulp of, it's the same as
What's
if you
the
take a
ABV?
small one.
Oh, big gulp, huh?
I don't think it's on the can either. Which, by the way, I get that you don't have to, and you can't basically get in trouble, and that's amazing. 6.7, but I really hate when people don't put
It's
the
a
ABVs
smooth,
on cans.
light 6.7.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I was just gonna
It's
say
an
exactly
easy
that.
drinking 6.7. Soft. If you're not a huge IPA person, but like those New England styles, this definitely
It's not
fits.
overpowering. It's not grapefruity.
Really? Really?
No.
I think it's way overly hopped.
It's got an.
And maybe it's, I don't know, am I the only one who's got floaties?
No,
in
I
there?
have a ton of them.
Okay, it's just too much plant matter in there for me. It's just killing me.
See,
Oh yeah.
I'm not having any problems with that.
I don't have a whole lot.
Oh, I had a ton.
Yeah.
I would say it's got that haziness to it, but it's also got more of that hoppy thing from kind of standard for me, being the guy that
It's not
I
bitter.
gravitate more towards.
No, not at
It's
all.
not bitter.
I just love how it was that haziness. I couldn't figure out what word to use next.
Yeah,
so-
it's your name plus Ness. It's your Ness.
The aroma I cannot pinpoint. The aroma is completely different than the flavor.
Yeah, it's not bad. This is just something completely different than any of the other IPAs I've really had, and I'm not the biggest IPA
well,
guy.
that's because
so.
it's a New Zealand.
True. So
I
it's,
I would put this
NZ.
before you ask me and interrupt me and let somebody else go.
No, I'm
I'm
letting
just
you
gonna
go. Go
say I'm
ahead.
gonna put this at a 3.25.
I mean, you don't grade first this time, but that's fine.
I just did.
I think he did.
What do you give it? I wasn't listening.
3
I wouldn't. I mean, it's not bad.
Thanks, Matt.
It's not bad. I don't
hear
know,
you, Brian.
I don't know if I like. If somebody gave me one, I would drink it, but I don't know if I would seek it out.
You know, I was disappointed he's leaving early, and now I'm starting to wonder. No. I understand where you're coming from. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. If I see it while I'm at like a store, I'll buy it again just to have in my fridge. But it's not one that I will
Thank you, sir.
be calling Chris Knight telling him to bring me a 4-pack of.
Right.
Shout out Chris. Shout out to the coolest beer rep I know, Chris Knight for Windmill Brewing. Oh, speaking of which, if you're watching, Chris, which I know you tune in usually almost about this time every night, you forgot to drop off our 4-pack. Just saying.
Oh, speaking of, if you're watching, bring us beer.
Hey, when you tell me you're bringing me beer,
And you laugh, but we've had beer delivered while we're on live.
yeah, that's true. We have.
We said bring us beer, and then they brought it.
That was amazing.
That was really
No,
cool.
it was a beer slushy
It
we
was a
got
slushy,
delivered.
yeah.
Bring us beer.
We had a growler of beer slushy show up one time.
Oh, brain freeze. That sounds good.
You were here.
here.
It was the episode Jordan was on.
Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, Dish Bitch.
My turn to-
Whoops.
Yeah,
Oh, what a tragedy.
that would be a tragedy.
So
I can't get another one of these.
it's not bad by any means, but it's just not hitting me right. I don't know if it's just I don't like those hops. Maybe it's overly hopped for me. I definitely feel like that could be some heartburn inducing.
Just not
like
feeling
I
it,
get with
dog.
overly hops. I'm just not feeling it. Yeah. So it's a no for me, dog. No, 3. With 3.
So it ends up at 3.25 average.
Who's that? Randy Jack? You just Randy Jackson us?
Damn right.
Matt, what would your score have been if you counted?
I can't process what just happened. 3 1/4. It's well crafted. It's just quirky in that IPA range, which is not my territory. So I appreciate what they did. It's got a unique, interesting flavor. It's just not my flavor.
It is very unique.
Hey, don't worry. We have 2 more IPAs for you to have today.
Yay!
Do we?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that one's
So
As
yeah.
everybody just looks at each other. All right, so we're moving right along.
When are we getting the stout episode coming back? When's that happening? When do you get Tommy back
We
on?
did that last week.
we did a stout episode last week. That was
That was a whole week ago.
we ended strong.
Cool, we got drunk.
We got drunk.
We got real drunk last week. For those of you that don't realize, you can go to our YouTube channel again.
and
spelled
watch us
like
get
everything.
drunk from the
Two
past
Beerded Guys.
today.
I am wearing that hat, right? Thank God. Last time I pointed at it, that one day I was like, "Oh, that's my baseball hat." Shit. But you can go to our YouTube, Two Beerded Guys, and you can find nearly every past episode. We had like 2 weeks where YouTube decided it was like, "No, you're not streaming, bitches."
Yeah.
And so we didn't stream through YouTube those days, so those aren't on there. But other than that, almost every other episode is on there. I always have, and yes, I have favorites. Any of the Kevin Smaller episodes, I absolutely suggest checking out, especially the first 20-ish minutes of 2 weeks ago.
He's so dreamy.
We did a lot of, we did tastings of like all flavors. It was a lot of science. It was cool.
I might have learned something, maybe.
We
Science
attempted.
is pretty hard.
Also, check out our short pour of. We have some cool short pours. Check out that album, but especially the Irish Pet Shop of Horrors. That is one of the best stories of all time.
Fuck it out the window.
Fuck it out the window.
Do we have the one where Kelly says I don't matter? Is that a short pour?
We haven't done that one yet. We're behind on short pours.
Yeah, there's so much to go.
Kevin
And
says,
make clips
"Aw,
of.
thanks, guys."
I'm trying to think. What's one of
Thank
our
you,
other favorite
Kevin.
episodes? We've had a lot of good ones.
This one.
That's okay.
If you want to see one of the
You guys picked beer, not me.
if you want to see one of the greatest looks on my face ever, check out the Amy Hinchman episode. Just watch it; you'll figure out what I'm talking about.
Henchman. Lyles.
That's what. Amy Lyles. Not
Lyles.
sorry, Amy Hinchman. But yeah, check out the Amy
It's
Lyles
getting
episode.
awkward, I don't know why.
No, my face is fantastic a couple times in that one.
Molly's was really great, pretty great.
Molly's was a great episode.
Just because we had Austrian Charles heckling her the whole time, her husband's back here doing my job for me.
Last week's episode of Kelly was getting heckled by her own husband as well.
And he went and got his Taco Bell.
Oh my god, that was amazing. He fucking smashed Taco Bell after the show.
Anytime Ugly Pete's on, obviously.
Yeah, Ugly Pete's some of the best. And he's been on so much.
We haven't had Cam on in a while.
Shout out
and
Ask
I'm
Cannon
okay
Pete.
with that.
Cam's moving, I heard.
Is he going to Dominican?
I heard not Indiana, but
Our next
Not
beer,
Dominican, Indiana.
exactly.
our next beer
Dominiana.
is out of Hammond, Indiana. It is by 18th Street Brewery, Strawberry Road Milkshake IPA.
Smells like exactly what it says.
John is absolutely the 18th Street horror on the show.
It's
I've
the
actually
labels.
been to this brewery, their Hammond, and it's pretty cool.
I've never been up there.
I thought I was going to get murdered before I entered the doors, but
Well,
when
sounds
I
all
did,
right.
Here's
when
a
I,
little rough neighborhood.
when I did, I was fine.
ABV
Once
is
you get
not
to the
on
doors,
the
you're
can.
fine. Run to your car when you leave.
Don't walk, run.
Yes.
Have you been to the one in Indy?
No, I've
Same
not.
deal.
Really?
Yeah,
I
it's
haven't
on-
been to
it's
the
on-
one in Gary
It's on
either.
like 10th Street.
Pete Farrar just jumped in. He's a prophecy in the house.
Whoop.
People actually do call you that.
Yeah, I told you. I didn't make that up.
I thought you just made all those up in a row.
No, I
like,
promise you.
Like you're channeling dead crazy
No,
people or
no,
something.
man. Over the podcast.
6.8%.
Shameless plug. Tune in.
Moral Compass, though?
Moral Compass 5000.
For who?
I upgraded.
Yeah, who
I
are you?
rebooted-
Who? For who?
Dude, I don't know.
Who's using you as a moral compass?
I have no-
I've had way too many adventures with you, Brian.
People with no moral compass, apparently.
What?
I have an answer to this.
Everybody just shut up.
Who called
You-
you? Who called
You
you
all
time
know.
cop then?
You all know too much.
Time cop is fitting.
Yeah. I travel through
He's
time.
the time cop.
Been there, done that. Yeah. It's fitting for exactly what it says it is.
Was that your disapproval of time cop or the beer?
No, time cop fits.
So is the beer then.
Yeah. I'm getting a lingering artificial feel.
I like it better than the last two by far.
Um,
Maybe three.
there's like a strong tanginess to it. Not a huge fan.
I feel like is it raspberry?
Strawberry. It's
Strawberry.
literally called Strawberry Road.
It's subtle
Not to
enough.
be confused with Strawberry Fields.
It's subtle enough. It's not overpowering.
Strawberry's hard to do.
I'm not a huge fan. Like I said, I'm getting it lingers, that artificial feel. Very like
What's
harsh.
the ABV?
Not the strawberry, but the
6.8 or something?
6.8.
6.7, 6.8.
Very harsh, like tang to it right after the beginning.
I dig it better than the other ones, that's for sure. 3.5.
We're not even remotely close to that yet,
What?
and you're
He
not
is.
first.
You take turns going first, Brian.
Oh.
Oh.
I thought it was just, I'm the guest, so I go
No,
first.
that's why he went first the first time.
Well, yeah, but on my turn to go first, you
No,
interrupted
he
me and
doesn't
passed James
count.
first. So I feel like I should get to go a couple more first.
He didn't rate anything a Q. It's fine.
Accurate.
Logic.
No-
He
nothing,
didn't give it a 6 out of 5 or 13 out of 5 or.
nothing on the Bob
my
scale.
brother.
Another episode that should be watched if you're looking
Yeah,
for entertainment.
That sounds entertaining.
The Bob Couch episode's fantastic, but we also found out why it was so good. He ripped shots before the episode because he was nervous about being on the show.
Really? I've
Yeah.
never met your brother. I've always wanted to meet
He's pretty
another
fun.
another
It was
couch.
funny.
Bob was pretty fucking fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
Got sick on the driveway after the episode.
Oh hell yes, that's when you know it's a good one.
I went out the next day. I was like, oh, this is where Bob was at.
I'm just gonna leave tools in my wake,
Yeah, yeah.
aka Matt's tools.
Thanks.
Yep.
Just don't let Savage run him over.
Oh, God damn it.
It's probably gonna happen.
That's right where she parks, too.
The
Never
tools or
getting
the
that
puke.
socket back.
This beer.
Matt, do you got anything to say about this?
I had a little higher expectations just on the principle that it was 18th Street. I know they do some really killer IPAs, but that's not, again, my game. But their stouts that I've always had have really nailed it and crushed it. And I saw this as like, ooh, milkshake IPA from
see the-
18th Street. Like, gotta give it a
Absolutely.
shot. It was the last 4-pack they had of it, so I was like, okay, clearly it's selling. Maybe there's something with this. Like, it's okay. Like, it's got a weird aftertaste. Is the thing that I think kind of gets me on it. Like, that's a little meh.
It says vanilla bean and graham crackers.
I don't get much of either of those things.
No.
Um,
Two things real quick I got to tell everybody. First off, our German friends retweeted us
this
again. And
Every week.
Wunderbar!
and I think I just pissed off your daughters by pausing their movie.
Oh, Nice.
It's playing again. They hit play. I watched it go back to play.
Nice. Oh,
I love
I'm telling you.
how the Wi-Fi like is connected and like if somebody's watching a movie upstairs, like I can sit there and pause it.
So I think that's like I do get. I can see we're getting the artificial strawberry.
If the vanilla came through more, I think it would eliminate that harshness at the beginning.
Yeah. I wish there was more graham cracker.
Yeah, I wish there was more graham cracker, but that's a super hard flavor to put into a IPA.
I wish somebody could do those wafers.
Ooh, vanilla wafers.
Not even vanilla wafers. No,
Just a wafer.
The wafers with the cream.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Those have no flavor to start with.
Yeah.
I kind of
It's like a carb. It's like a rice cake of snacks.
It's cardboard with filling.
So our Japanese place who does the rice beer really good
Okay.
needs to do that wafer.
No, the rice beer wasn't them.
Oh, wasn't it?
No. Rice beer was a different Japanese brewery.
Well, okay.
But you were pointing at this one.
Okay. Well, they're both Japanese.
No, it was Parrish that did the rice beer.
It was Parrish?
I'm fairly certain.
Okay, well, Parrish would taste tasty.
It was actually a brewery that we've had before. So it wasn't the Japanese
I don't
one.
remember.
But because that's why we were so excited about it, because it was such a weird, like, huh. Yeah, so I'm excited. We don't have glasses right now, so I guess
so
this
we
is a
need to
good
rate.
time.
We need to rate.
Nah, he already skipped us. We're not even rating. Fuck him. No. He said 3.5. John, go ahead.
Yeah,
I
think 3.5?
I think I liked it more than you guys. Or I didn't fault it for it says what it is. I agree with you that
Except what's in the can isn't all there.
it could use a little bit more vanilla bean, and it could use some graham cracker. Graham cracker's super hard to push through, especially a fucking strawberry IPA. The strawberry, in my opinion, was not overpowering. It was.
No, the strawberry's not overpowering.
I
The
think it's
harshness I'm getting is not the strawberry.
I think it's
the
fine.
IPA.
I think it's for what it says it is. It is.
Okay.
Go ahead, John.
All right. I wanted to see. I've never had a milkshake IPA from them. I was excited to see what they could do with it. They missed out on a few of the flavors because of the. It's not bad, but they definitely were not able to pull it off. I'm gonna go 2.5.
And I'm going to go with a 2.75. I think it's below average, but not by a ton. The sharpness and the lingering artificial of the strawberry gets me.
3.
Comes out to a perfect 3 average for
And
the two
for the
bearded
record,
guys.
being put on the spot, I went actually a little bit lower than I was anticipating, but it felt right.
Being put on the spot, it was...
You go after him, and
Is-
that's fine. It's
he says
almost-
what
You were
Yeah.
supposed to go first to begin with!
You had all that time to get it together, John. And meanwhile, Russell is saying he's got to check out, go to his show. So appreciate you catching in with us there, Russell.
Don't forget to
Thank
check out Nightcap with Agnes on TurnsUpRadio.com, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern.
And check out Beer Life Bunker Sports.
Every other Wednesday.
Most recent episode we did and posted on our Facebook page, and it was
Who ended up winning the race?
It's not how it works.
That's not how it works.
There's always some sort of controversy at the end. It's like the first time it's ever happened in the Bunker Sports
Well,
arena.
I hopped out. I had
like
to
wrestling.
tune out at
It's very much like
what happened? Oh, when Brett came back onto the course.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to listen all the way through. But when Brett came back on the course and was frozen to
His sled.
his
because he's
keg
carrying
sled?
the sled on
Yeah.
his back.
I ended up missing from that point on. So,
But that's about the end.
okay, that works.
Yeah. So it's a good time. Fun.
Was he
Good
sledding sans the suit or what? Just like never licked the pole.
There's
That's not
to
a really
it.
bad, isn't it?
I mean, you want to know the one that didn't
I
have
triple dog
controversy?
dare you.
On that note,
The only person to ever drink a full keg. Just saying.
I'm being flooded with comments that people are calling me sexy, and you're not saying that.
I am not being flooded with comments.
I hear you are.
I read, but I am not.
Your guys' stuff might be broken. Right
Yeah,
now.
that must be what it is. Sure. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, it must be.
Our next beer.
Our next beer is by Founders Brewing Company. It is the DKML Imperial Malt Liquor aged in bourbon barrels.
Does anybody know what that stands for?
I was just getting ready to ask that very.
Donkey
It kicks
Kong
you
Malt
where the I don't know.
Donkey Kong?
Kicks you where the sun don't shine.
No, I don't know what DKML is.
Donkey Kong does jump over barrels.
He does.
No, he throws them. Mario does.
Mario
It's
jumps, yeah.
14.2%.
Nice.
This is a beer that we got from a new
slow clap,
friend of
slow clap.
ours. What are you doing?
Slow clap.
New friend of ours, Jonathan from the Indie Beer Snobs. It is a... You're fucking with me. It was brewed in 2017. Yes, I'm so happy that happened.
This is John's Death Star map.
It is.
You show some respect.
Dude, this thing's had worse.
I'm not gonna ask.
Yeah.
So to shift gears out of that weird conversation,
Thank
Brian,
you.
in your brewing history, you were talking about flavors that are hard to get to come through. What are some of the ones that are like the harder ones? Like you clearly said, strawberry, graham cracker.
Graham cracker for sure. The one I struggled with a lot was cinnamon. Cinnamon is so easy to overdo. It is. I mean, you add a little bit, and it's.
It's not that it's hard to make it come through.
No, it's too. It's
to
too
just
easy.
get it right.
Yeah.
It's hard to not have it come through.
Peppers always challenged me. I always love to add them, but it's such a fine line of either not enough or too much. To get the balance of just enough to come through was very difficult.
So our new friend Jonathan, he had this on a shelf.
Yeah, so Jonathan.
I just pulled this around the screen and I got punched in the balls.
So
It smells
he had
fantastic.
our new friend Jonathan from the Indie Beer Snobs had a bunch of shelfies, so a bunch of beer he'd been sitting on for a while, and evidently he doesn't believe he's going to get to them anytime soon. Posted on the Snobs and was like, "Hey, anybody want some free beer?" And of course, I was the very first person to respond.
I got
hopped on
drunker
there,
just smelling it.
That is my cup of tea.
met up with him today, and he gave us 4 solid beers. We got an old Rasputin. This one we had the Narwhal. Is that another one I got?
Norwal.
Yeah, I saw that over
Yeah,
there.
thank you. I couldn't remember if I got that one or not. And then there was one other beer. But yeah, 4 solid beers that are going to be interesting to taste after they've all sat for about 3 or 4 years.
This one was 3 years. I saw. It was 2017.
Oh, really?
So
I could sit another
that's
three.
good.
Hey, so's the Norwal's.
That one could sit another 3, but it's phenomenal.
Oh, that is strong on
This
the
has
nose.
been just
Yes.
sitting here just festering in its own alcoholic evilness.
It's amazing.
Whew.
Yeah. That could use a couple more years to mellow, but it is fantastic.
I'm not mad.
I'm not mad either.
I am not
But
mad.
I do think it could sit for another 3 years.
It is boozy and malty as shit.
That is true two things.
See the bottle?
No.
Oh,
As I'm handing it to you.
right.
Matt, you got anything to say about this one?
That is not going to sneak up on anybody.
No.
No, that's gonna
I-
kick you in the balls and kiss you in the
This
mouth.
is not DUI shelf worthy.
Yeah, no, we said many times on here, like, oh man, that's a smooth drinking 10%. Like, this is it
No.
smacks you in the face, says, hey, I am here.
Some would say it kicks you where you most expect it.
Yeah.
Your tongue in the balls. No, that's Malort. Ah.
Oh,
Oh,
A little bit of sweet malty at the start, but boozy throughout.
Super. It kind of. You said this is a malt liquor or malt
yeah, it's
beverage?
just a malt beverage.
So it kind of tastes like a hefty barley wine to me. Like, am I
it does.
crazy on that one?
No,
No.
no.
Without the complexity. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
agree.
not near as complex as the stouts and barley wines that we love, but
It's delightful.
it's a malt liquor.
It's sweet and malty at the beginning and just punches you the rest of the way. And I am not upset with that at all. This is a fun beer, especially if you had the whole bottle to yourself, to pour in your glass
Can you
and
imagine
just
the
You have the whole bottle to
while
yourself.
you're while you're smoking your meat, while you're out there grilling, while you're just that chilling watching a movie, that beer that sits next to you and it's the only one you drink.
This is like drinking like
That
2
is a
fingers of
perfect
whiskey,
beer.
I feel like.
It
Like,
is.
I
It really
put the
is.
same
Yeah.
amount of effort into this as I do 2 fingers.
This is that beer you drink when you don't want to remember the movie you watched.
Yeah.
Or it's a good one to
Nice
have. Or it's a good one to have on the shelf and basically be like, "Did you want to try a beer?" Just because it's one of those when you open it and they smell it, it's
It is
thought you
very
said
impressive.
Yeah.
beer.
Right.
And it costs the nostrils.
I really feel like this should be like
I dig
named
it.
Samuel L. Jackson. Be like,
It gets you drunk.
motherfucker! Yeah, because like, there's no way this is anything subtle.
I'll take a Samuel Jackson.
Imperial malt liquor aged in bourbon barrels.
You definitely are getting the bourbon in this. Like,
it's-
it's got that bourbony, molassesy, sweet, woody.
June 27th of 2017 was when it was bottled.
I
14.2%,
was trying to find that earlier.
right above the ABV.
Could you imagine trying this fresh? Like, if this is mellow for a couple
That would be
years?
hot. Wow.
By yourself.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, you're
And
definitely not
on
ruining
New
that
Year's
movie.
Eve at like 6 o'clock and you're just...
This is 3.5 years old. You straight up would drink one of those fresh off the bottling line hot. That would be miserable.
And this is in the best,
And
most
fun as
complimentary
shit.
way. Like, this is a I'm getting fucked up tonight beverage. Like,
This has a purpose.
I either had a really great day that I want to celebrate and forget, or I had a really bad day that I
Yes.
want to forget.
There's
Either
no in
way,
between.
Alright.
Yeah.
This isn't a casual...
All right. Now that
I really
want to.
I really just want to throw out a number just to piss Tyler off.
I'm
But I
so
I
happy.
respect the process, so I'll
I'm so happy. Actually, what's funny is
actually
you're
your turn.
technically first this time.
damn it! I mean, I'll take it.
Joke's on you, Time Cop.
Yep.
You didn't
I should've seen this coming.
You time copped it. Like you literally skipped ahead to me.
Right.
Damn it.
Where am I? Sorry, guys, I blacked out.
Time Cop's gonna come after you again.
Okay, so I give that a solid 4. I want to go a little bit more, but I'll pump the brakes.
I really want to find it again.
Oh, I would seek that out.
Yeah,
I'd probably sit on it for a few more years.
I'm
And
gonna
I'd seek it out.
I'm gonna give it a 4.25, and if I could let one sit for 5 years, I'd be a happy man.
That's delightful.
So I'm also a 4. It is not my favorite beer by any means. However, like Matt said, it's almost like I'm just drinking, some whiskey. It's just straight. And when you have something that whether it's a good day or a bad day, and you're like, I need to get fucked up.
I'm either celebrating or I'm washing my face in my own tears. Either
That's
way,
its purpose.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go 4 as well. We're at a 4.
Matt.
Don't count. You do matter.
Thanks for the clarification, John.
Yeah.
I would go. I'm not quite the seek it out level, but I definitely appreciate what this thing is. I would go a strong or a hard or a plus 3.75, but I just couldn't make it over that search it out hump because I don't know when I would reach for this and not just get whiskey. And it's not. I mean, this is strong, but it's not like it's not like whiskey strong. But at the same point, I feel like drinking this is equatable. Like the flavor, the way that you're drinking it, and all that is more similar to bourbon because you're just gonna sip on it slowly, gingerly, enjoy it. It's gonna get hot because it's gonna sit there for whatever. It's potent. It's good.
It's hot.
Definitely a novelty thing too.
Malty as shit.
If you are interested in trying it, definitely recommend getting it if you can to have it. And
Highly
to
recommend
try
trying it.
For me,
Yeah.
it's you
absolutely.
keep one bottle of it around.
It's definitely you should at least
Skip one
try
bottle.
it.
I want to.
I will get one. I will get one of these. I will seek it out and I will obtain it.
Whew.
I'm.
You say you
Yeah.
will taint it?
I will obtain it.
He will taint it.
That's
I will-
is, it,
He will taint it.
is it like Halo? You gonna teabag it?
Maybe. I'm not above it.
Taint.
I want to press the button now. Oh, you did it to us, damn it.
That is going to be the end of hour number 1.
Yeah.
We'll see Brian in hour number 2.
We have gone through
I gotta
5
go.
beers. This is going to be the end of hour number 1.
Thank you for having me, gentlemen.
We appreciate you being on, even though
it was a
you're
good time.
bitching out and
Wolfing
missing
out.
hour number
You'll
2.
be the first guest.
The
actually,
first
really.
guest to bow out early.
I believe what you guys are saying is thank you and you're welcome.
I didn't say that actually. I said we appreciated you. I didn't say that other word.
Alphabet other words in Tyler's vocabulary.
No. But no, guys, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you guys more than others. But thank you actually for being in, Suter.
My pleasure, guys. It's been fun.
It's been great to have you and catch up.
Yeah, for sure.
Fun drinking beers. This alone
Losing tools in
was
his
worth
engine
hanging out
department.
For the record, nailed it with my.
Yeah, that was a good choice for the one you needed to have before you
I
left.
honed in on it.
But yeah, that's been the end of hour number 1. You got anything to close out hour number 1?
No, I'll see Brian at work tomorrow.
It's true.
Got
Bright
anything?
and early. Bright and early, John.
No, sir.
All right,
Looking
thanks
forward to hour
again for
number 2.
listening. I am TBG_Ops guy.
My dog being Q.
With us today,
The prophecy.
and behind the camera. Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Moral Compass 5000. Time Cop.
I'm used to people only
I'm just
having
kidding.
one
I'm
name.
just
I
kidding.
apologize.
Brian.
I apologize.
Brian.
And behind the camera, the one, the only.
I'll scream that.
See you later. Welcome back to hour number 2. As you can tell, we are missing someone. For those of you just turning in, Brian had to skedaddle. So, unfortunately, it means Matt counts.
Oh, whoo, I didn't think about that.
God damn it.
There's a silver lining to this.
But according to Kelly, you don't matter, so.
Whoa, Kelly has a lot of opinions about me, so. Apparently they're strong. Similarly, though, Kevin says he had to get the kid to bed, too, so y'all have a sexy day, so.
Buddy.
Smaller.
Yep.
I can't. We have so many Kevins. Okay.
Yeah, a few
I
Kellys.
think it's we have so many dads.
Buddy.
We do have a lot of dads that watch.
Yeah.
Oh, I found out something that'll crack you up. So I saw my 20-year-old nephew the other day, and he looked at me and goes, I watched one of your Two Beerded Guys episodes recently. And I'm like, oh, yeah. How come? And he goes, Dad was watching it on the big screen, and I didn't have anything to do, and I walked out there and heard your voice and went, huh? And then sat down. Next thing I know, I've watched 2 hours of beer drinking show. He goes, I don't like beer. Watch 2 hours of a beer drinking show.
Nice.
So you're saying not even our demographic will still watch us and tolerate this, huh?
It was just hilarious. I have literally, my 20-year-old nephew doesn't like beer that well, and he's literally sitting there going...
Give it about a year.
He's literally sitting there going... He goes, I laughed. He goes, all the way, it gets done, and I'm like, wait, it's up. Oh, I've sat here a while.
You know, most people like us, I guess, for some reason. It's okay. It's a little. I find it a little weird.
Oh, you and me both.
But yeah, it's interesting.
If you are just tuning in, I do recommend looking up the Founders DKML. It is basically it's an imperial malt liquor aged in bourbon barrels, but it is essentially liquor in beer form, and it is fantastic.
Fantastic. A little strong. It is unique, and it's worth having one around.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I mean, it's not a 5, but it's fantastic.
It is definitely a unique experience.
Yes.
I am going to find more of them. Hopefully.
I feel
Hopefully.
like I drank that.
I do too.
And anyone that's had it will be like, oh, I know what he's saying. We're on an hour 2 pretty good after that one. Like,
That was a nice end to hour 1.
yeah, it's been a little while since we had a...
It's an interesting way to end hour 1, but especially since we still have one IPA left. But
That's like pedal to the floor at the end of hour 1. Now we're letting back off a little bit. Like,
I mean, we didn't start with a 14.2. It's fine.
it was the second one that time.
God, that was such a great one, though.
We had like a 4 and then a 16 or whatever it was.
Yeah,
And then
We need more of those.
that might be one of my favorite episodes only because I remember reading the bottle going, oh shit. Looking at John like, did you expect this? John's in there going, no!
Nope. Not what I thought.
Belgian Golden Ale.
Yeah.
It sounds innocent enough.
Sounds like a normal Belgian Golden's like 6.
Yeah.
Golden Strong, 8.
Yeah.
This thing, 16.
Let's go.
I wish I could remember the name of that damn thing.
If
So
only there was some place you could find the beers.
you can find everything we've ever drank on Untapped
Oh.
under Two Beerded Guys
Spelled out, not the number.
because we
BER.
like beer and we have beards.
And there's 2 of them. We covered all the bases.
And we're guys. Okay, yeah.
Woohoo! We're
We
smart.
got it. We got it.
And by we, I mean John absolutely picked the name.
Are you saying you guys are
Did
non-binary?
actually.
Not non-binary?
I don't know how all that works.
I can't.
You're
get in trouble.
binary.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, we did this. We started off the show just doing this on our own Instagram accounts and like alternating who
With a
hosted.
little square.
And it was we would set our phone up and record. And then we kind of talked about it. We're like, oh, maybe we should figure out something to do this easier. And John's like, yeah. I'm like a few days later, I get a text like, what would you think of Two Beerded Guys? Like spelled like this. And I'm like, that's amazing. I hate that you picked it.
I'm mad at
my
myself for not coming up for it first.
Exactly.
I have my moments.
Fucking John gets credit for naming us. All right, so our next beer is the derivative single hopped pale ale, Galaxy hops.
Oh,
So
Galaxy
I'm
hops.
hoping they're solid because we love us some Galaxy hops in this building.
Yeah, on the same, on the flip side, I'm feeling a little IPA burnout. There's so much. So we were talking about it when Kevin was on the show, and like everything is Galaxy and Citra.
Hey, at least it's just a single hop one
Mosaic or Amarillo
instead of the exact same 3 hops.
every time.
This beer is a unique snowflake, a unicorn on a farm of Shetland ponies, a complete original that we at Proclamation Ale came up with entirely by ourselves. Because, it's real hard to just use one hop, evidently. Without any outside inspiration whatsoever. Wow, check this
Now they're
out.
shooting their own horn.
We got this awesome idea to take barley, soak it in water, ferment it with yeast, and then throw in a ton of sexy Novu hops. Note, we named the hops Galaxy when we invented them. I'm very confused if they're actually...
I don't know what's going on right now.
Nothing like this has ever been done before. Enjoy the beer because you'll never drink another one like this ever again.
That's a tall claim.
May contain cinnamon.
It's Galaxy hops. I don't understand.
I don't either. I think they're trying to out-clever you, but they just confused me.
Yeah, well.
Let's see, they're trying to out-clever you,
They've
John,
just
Tyler.
made me irritated, so.
Yeah, they might lost a quarter point just by annoying me.
I drink at 11th grade level. Okay, we can't be making these kind of references on here.
Drinking at 11th.
That's the funny thing.
Well, he does because he
about
drinks
right,
Keystone.
Yeah, that's about right.
I meant what I said.
He said what he meant. See, because there's a unicorn and a whole bunch of Shetland ponies. That was that farm reference they had.
I mean,
by the way, if you see me randomly gazing in this direction, not at John, but kind of off in a diagonal, it's because I'm a massive Cleveland Browns fan, and Monday Night Football just started, and we're playing for if we basically get rid of the Ravens, we're 95% in the playoffs.
Yeah, if the Ravens lose, they're out of the playoffs.
Yeah, and we're 95% guaranteed a spot if we win. So.
And as a Colts fan, I'm going to root for that. So yeah, let's go.
And
cheers to that! Holy shit, John and I have the same hopes right now.
Yeah.
I do need J.K. Dobbins to have a pretty good game, though, fantasy football-wise. So, and I have money on the game for the Browns, so I'm really conflicted in this game. I need the Browns to win, but win big enough that Dobbins actually still has a good game. Oh, this should be fun.
Nope, got the wrong one. I was going to say, and holding it back to the beer for...
He should have hit beer.
He should have it.
That would have been a perfect one to hone us back in.
I was going to do the boring one, but I went to hit it. It was going to be the boingy one instead.
Oh, that would have been good, too. You would have had my attention immediately. You want to know how you get Tyler's attention? Beer-wise.
This is...
Well, you're right. It's something I've never had because it's not really a flavor profile I'm enjoying. It's kind of a... yeah. The Galaxy's there-ish. It more just tastes like too much dry hops, not enough flavor.
Kind of tastes like sink water.
Yeah. Not enough in the boil, too much afterwards, is what I'm getting.
A really thin body.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, no maltiness at all. I don't know if it's... Yeah.
It's weird. That and they annoyed me with what they said, so I'm not giving them much love on this.
Let me see the can again.
See?
Yeah, I see. God damn it.
Wow. I'm not touching you.
I blame the 14.2% beer we just had.
I mean, I feel like they're definitely being like tongue-in-cheek with nothing this has ever been done before.
Well, no shit, but...
Because they're derivative. That's the name of the beer. It's derivative.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh, John's figuring it out.
Yeah, that plays into it. They're leaning into it, you're saying.
Yeah.
They're playing into the fact that everyone's doing this. Except it tastes kind of like dirty dishwater.
If it had a better body to support it, it'd work more.
A little bit more malt, a little sweeter.
I think it just needs a lot.
There is a lot missing.
Yeah.
And that sucks, because Galaxy hops are my favorite hops.
It's not necessarily bad. I just...
All right, so maybe an educational moment and or learning moment for me here. Like the single hop versus, the multiple hop stuff, like... Is there an advantage of doing just a single hop? Is it supposed to be more flavorful or more subtle?
It's more specific. So a single hop beer, you're going to get only the flavors from that hop, obviously.
Okay.
So...
Otherwise known as a... Well, if it's also single malt, a smash beer. Single malt, single hop.
Yeah,
if it was one malt, one hop, then it would be a smash.
Like the smash and the single light or single hop. Like I've seen those, and I'm like, I don't know what that really does
if
for the
you
flavor profile.
if you ever see a smash IPA, smash whatever, it's single hop, single malt.
Now, is that supposed to be preferred, though? Is it, like, harder to do that? Or is it just...
No, that's...
Like,
it's
why
easy
do I
to
feel like
do.
I don't see so much of those?
So smashes are very easy, but you're not going to be able to get the flavor profiles that make people want to buy it as often.
It's a good way to, like, experiment with, like, okay, I'm going to do this smash beer and then this smash beer, and, like, to see what the different hop does to the beer. Like, so it's a good way to experiment.
Okay.
But...
Like college, right?
Yes, it's an
But
experimental
think about it. If
time.
I'm only using one malt and I'm only using one hop, there's not exactly a range of flavors you can create out of that.
Yep, and normally that malt's going to be like a 2-row.
Yeah, something simple.
So if you're going to 2-row and Galaxy and then 2-row and Citra, you're going to know the way they taste different, like what each hop brings to it.
Okay, so it's more...
experimenting.
It's more of like figuring it out, like what the profile, the flavor of that hop can bring. More so as, hey, we did this really cool, crazy thing because it's super hard to do or it's super desirable. It's like, no, we're just figuring shit out. And we're gonna try to sell it while we're figuring it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I thought, you know, as the collector mentality, oh, you don't see it very much, must be rare. Why is it rare? Oh, maybe it's desirable, or maybe it's just limited release, so you gotta get after it. So you don't really need to, huh?
No.
Okay.
A lot of homebrewing will do the smash style beers just once again because they're trying to learn. They're trying to bring what flavor profiles that hop brings to the table. So yeah.
All right. The more you know.
The more you know.
Rocket, crap, and a rainbow.
So I got a little funny story for you. So you guys know I'm a baseball coach. We're at workouts yesterday.
Hit the boring button.
No, you'll love this. So we're at workouts yesterday. It's a long ass one. Not going into all that
You
shit.
said baseball. Okay.
We
He said long
No,
ass. He said
not
long
even-
ass after a
no.
short story.
no.
Are you drinking every time it says baseball?
so we
having
have-
a beer.
We have the catcher is doing his drill, whatever. Straight up, the pitching machine throws a little wrinkle into it on accident. Like, it's a 3-wheel, which can cause curveballs, all sorts of stuff. But if you turn them, it still should go straight. The guy feeding it had one of the dials wrong, so it had a little sink to it out of nowhere at about 87 mile an hour. My catcher on my team literally goes to receive it. That ball drops right below his glove in a straight 85 mile an hour cup shot. Poor boy drops. I, of course, am recording all of this at the time. Would you like to know what has 30,000 views on TikTok?
Does he know that he's on TikTok with 30,000 views?
I text him and I'm like, hey, just so you know, 30,000 people have watched you get hit in the nuts.
I was like, just so you know, we got 30,000 views. Like, we? Do you mean my 2 kids down here? Like, what do you mean, we?
So my poor 16-year-old catcher, straight up, is TikTok famous for getting cup checked by an 85 mile an hour fastball. Told you it was worth listening to.
He wondered why nobody likes him.
Yeah. I really, you know, when you started with the story and you said the pitching machine, I immediately went to beer league. And I was like, you never guess why they call it the pitching machine.
Ha! I get it.
What's up? There should be a, yep, we should probably do a rinse after this.
Yeah, probably.
I might have something good coming in.
Hey, you count. You're going to need to stay for the score.
He does.
Duties. Well, you guys
Do you want to score first?
Nope.
All right. Go ahead then.
No, you go first.
Are we sure? I have no idea what's going on.
I don't know. Hey, time cop. Fine. It's
Time
fine.
cop messed us all up.
You did.
Oh god, I think the Browns just fumbled. On a drive that we were about to score on. Anyway, it's fine. Not a huge fan, but it's not awful. Oh, we didn't. Woohoo. I think it's exactly kind of what they were aiming for. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 3. I think it's in that realm they were aiming for, so I'm not gonna put them below average, but I do think that they missed.
It's not even
We're,
really that
we're in
it's a
the red
miss.
zone.
It's
Sorry,
just-
guys.
I'm also going to go 3. It is what it is. It's derivative. It's nothing that's special that's out there. But at the same time, because it's that single hop, just that Galaxy, a lot of breweries don't do it because they're trying to push the boundary a little bit. So I appreciate that they did it, but I'm at a 3.
Matt, because you count right now.
It's not going to be enough to tank this down, but I gotta go with my gut on this one. 2.5. Like, that is not anything appealing to me. I'm not the IPA guy, and that thing just is very reductive. If it's the single hop thing and that's what it's supposed to be, then I still don't care for it at all. It's bland, it's watered down, it doesn't have anything that it brings.
I do wish it had a better body on it.
Granted, that might be the case for what this thing is for, but if that's the case, then I don't see the appeal to getting this at all.
So that is a 2.75 average. It is what it is.
Yeah.
As you can tell, none of us were exactly excited about it. I think there are people who will enjoy it, but I'm the IPA guy at the table. Not an IPA guy, but I'm the IPA guy at the table. And I'm not even excited about it. So I'm also really picky when it comes to IPAs, I've noticed lately. I think more because I'm getting that IPA burnout. And so I'm getting really getting really fucking picky.
Yeah.
Well, why did I never get the stout burnout? Like, is that something we can have a little discord on? Like,
You can't. If you didn't drink anything but stouts, you would get a stout burnout.
I drank nothing but stouts
nice thing about
until
stouts,
recently.
The
Like,
nice
it's either
thing
Keystone
about
Light or stouts.
no, because you at least were drinking Keystone Light.
Yeah.
But no, the nice thing about stouts is because you can have so many different variations of flavors, of bodies, of textures, of just because of all the adjuncts that go in.
Stouts, typically, if they're going to have a flavor profile, like they're going to be chocolate or coffee or just stuff that's good in general. You know what I mean?
Molasses,
No,
bourbon.
not grass.
Yeah, not grass. So,
Well, I was thinking about that the other day, like, kind of randomly, like, man, because as John was saying, like, after all the haze train and everything that I kind of hopped really two knuckles deep in on, like, I was like, oh yeah, I'm riding this wave, and now I'm tired of that thing too. I'm getting back burnt out, and I can still drink those and enjoy those, but I'm definitely getting very tired of them and getting back on that. Oh, I'm kind of tired of the IPAs again, like. But stouts, I've never got tired of them. We drink them on the show, not quite as much as we do IPAs, but I feel like I would be less inclined to get burnt out on these. And
Stouts are also more expensive than the
speaking
IPAs.
of coffee,
So, our next beer is the Kyuchi Brewery. I only know that because of
that's not how it's spelled.
the Kyuchi Brewery Espresso Stout. Hitachino Nest. I don't know where that Hitachino keeps showing up. I'm guessing Hitachino is maybe where it's.
the city.
I think it's like the province or city.
Okay.
Maybe the state. Do they have states over there?
I have no idea. Product of Japan. 7%. It is only an 11.2 fluid ounce bottle. They short
Damn
us
metric system.
like the goddamn assholes they are.
Commies.
Technically, they're a democracy now.
Are they? Oh, okay.
And they were fascist?
Oh.
Yeah.
So I'm just
They were
wrong no
never
matter what, huh?
commies.
Yeah. It's China.
They were
Ah.
dynasties and kind of like China, or no, they were
The imperialists.
imperialists, and then fascists while being imperialists as well. That was more they were just fascists to keep from being a target of anyone, I think. And then, and yeah, democracy now. We shoved that shit down their throat.
That is an interesting beverage.
This is the same brewery that had the fantastic ginger beer that we had.
Do you think espresso is the same in Japan as it is like here, or like?
It tastes more cold brewish to me.
John would know. That's the only coffee he drinks.
I'm not very
It
well
is.
versed in the coffee world unless it's got stout in it. So
Let's ask. Unless my coffee comes with a side of beer in it.
yeah, like I don't drink coffee normally.
That's the most Matt thing I've heard in a while.
I so appreciate that.
Like, that truly is the most Matt thing I've
But
heard in a while.
this seems like what I would imagine a lighter flavored coffee flavor from an espresso would bring.
This isn't as espresso-y as most espressos.
What about a Nespresso?
I've never had an espresso.
I don't know. Clooney's got one. Seems to be a pretty big deal. that was what you said.
Clooney's got one!
He seems to be pretty on the ball.
Jesus.
Is that 14% from hour one really kicking in, or am I actually that funny, guys?
That was pretty... It wasn't that you were funny, it was more just like... McClurney has one. Like, that's not a name you...
I'm laughing because he choked. Dude. Almost
Oh, I
died.
know.
It's fine.
It's back to the Nespresso here.
Nope, I'm done talking. Fuck y'all. It's smooth. Not as strong a coffee flavor as I'd express from espresso stout.
It reminds me a lot of that
Yeah, I know.
that coffee
I'll go this slide.
lager. I mean,
Similar,
just
a little bit better body,
Yeah,
but I agree. I think it's in that same realm.
But this is aimed to be or marketed as a stout, though, right?
Well, I would assume so, since it says the word espresso stout
You know, I got off can.
about 3 times.
Yeah.
Really big letters, actually.
yeah.
The biggest letters on the bottle are espresso stout, and then even at the neck is ES.
This really kind of makes me want to get a little more worldly on our beers, like just to see what they're doing. Like there's, like other country stouts versus the stouts that we're.
I mean, this isn't the thinnest body we've had.
You know what's funny about it is it says Japanese dark ale brewed with coffee beans. So I almost wonder, because a lot of times when breweries that I've worked
Excuse
for
me.
have done coffee stout or coffee beers in general, it's in the bright tank where they put the coffee beans.
Yeah.
So if they're brewing it with
It
coffee,
would be smoother and softer.
I'm not sure what that would do to it, but it would be different.
You Japanese guys. I do love the little...
So I wonder if they brewed it.
I love the little eagle. And they also have the
Is it
eagle on
an
the bottle
eagle
cap.
or is it a?
Or owl. I
Let's say the
eagle.
Eagle's America, boy.
It's an owl. I don't know why I said eagle, but they also have it on the bottle cap too. So
Oh,
it's over there. I said it for Russell.
Okay.
Well, there was 2 eagles or 2 owls on there. Damn, I did it too.
Yes,
If
14.2%.
If their bottle cap only had 2 owls, that would be so much better, because then you could do the old Dumb and Dumber reference.
Nice pair of hooters you got there.
I said that in freshman college biology. Like
I'm
there's
glad he said college. I was getting ready to say, "Damn,
No.
you had some balls on you in high school."
there was 2 stuffed owls on a branch in like my community college, and the first day that we were in there, I sat down and
Nice pair of hooters you got there.
like it was this dude professor that I like read the room pretty quick. I was like, he's gonna be cool with this. And then I was like, nice set of hooters you got there. He stopped, laughed his ass off. He's like, that's the first time I've heard that.
Where'd you go to school again? You went to Ball State, right?
Well, I'm not talking about 101s at the community college called Edison
okay.
State Community College back in Piqua, Ohio.
Piqua.
Shout out. I don't know what our mascot was. I don't think we had any teams. It was a community college. Yeah. It was 13th grade. Like,
Ivy Tech even
Third
has
grade.
baseball now,
look at that.
but it's only one of the Ivy Techs has baseball, and it's pulled from all the Ivy Techs. So there's actually guys who travel like 3
Tech
hours
has baseball.
to play Ivy Tech baseball.
Damn. That's devotion.
Okay.
Things I know because my mother works for Ivy Tech.
I really say things I know because I coach baseball. Nope,
No.
he would have left her in there.
No,
Mama Danner.
dude, it's not like I'm trying to send guys to Ivy Tech baseball if they're wanting to play baseball in college.
I didn't get that impression. It just I thought maybe you heard it through your coacher's circle. I don't know. Is that a thing? Well, you guys
No, I think we all try to pretend it doesn't exist.
meet it for beers at the Oasis, like after a rough game or something.
Muncie reference. Damn. Wow.
I was just thinking like Garth Brooks, but yeah, that works also. I've listened to the Oasis in the Oasis.
I have to. It's fine. Back to beer.
Chirp,
Wow,
chirp.
we are very struggling.
Yeah, I know, we were struggling.
I
don't-
like it.
yeah.
I like it quite a bit, actually. I just can't quite figure out what it is.
I was buying time because I didn't really think that I did.
It's a little light.
It's not the lightest body we've
I
had.
mean, it's
No.
not bad. It's so not what I was expecting, especially after the ginger beer had such a crazy awesome flavor. Like this isn't bad, but it's a lot more tame by comparison. Like I had higher expectations on this. I think.
I like the smoothness. Yeah, sure. I don't give a No, screw it. Matt, you're going
you go
first.
first.
If you're going to count, you get to go first.
I'm gonna give it a. I'll go with 3. I kind of feel a little generous on it, but it's okay. It's just an average beer. Like I wouldn't be like, man, you got to try this beer that I got, or oh man, it's terrible. I couldn't drink it. It's right in the middle. Like it's got a coffee flavor, but it's really light. It's smooth. It's got a decent ABV. It's novelty factor being from Japan. It's all right.
See, that makes it a little bit more above average for me. It's not going to be a 4 by any means. I'm not going to go search it out, but like it's fine. I would drink it again. It'd be one of those like, oh, I forgot about this beer. It's in my fridge. It's really good. You should try it. But once again, I'm going to forget about it. So it's probably a 3.5.
I'm actually going to agree with John, which sucks. I'm going to go with a 3.5 as well.
Would you rather agree with me?
This time? Actually, yes. I would
And
rather...
also, did John just make scoring into a competition? He's like, oh, well, since Matt said a 3, I got to do at least a 3.5.
I think he did.
He's like, that really put it in perspective for me.
I really do think. I think it's 3.5. I think it's a solid above average beer. It's one that you could easily forget about in your fridge or on your shelf. Yeah. And when you randomly are digging through beers going, oh,
that was pretty solid.
That'll work.
Yeah.
I ain't mad about that. But, yeah, I'm going to have to go with a 3.5 as well.
It's 3.25.
Gives us a 3.25 average. So we're not having the best of nights, but we're definitely not having the worst of nights.
Nothing has stood out yet so far. I'm really going to, when it comes to beer of the night so far, it's going to be kind of tough.
Oh, right now it's not for me.
Got me drawn. Well, there's one that was unique, successful, and interesting, and the rest just kind of...
There is one that's absolutely my beer of the night.
Yeah, although I'm holding out that maybe our last beer might be able to get a run for its money. And I feel pretty confident.
Or this one.
So,
I didn't get to see what this one was.
This beer is the not advertised
surprise entry.
Yeah,
this is the surprise entry because we flew through beers in the first hour.
Ooh, can I call that for like an album name? Surprise entry? Or maybe that might even just be a good beer name.
I don't think I've ever searched that term before.
And I even put Matt.
You're welcome.
Alright, so this is the Evil Twin Brewing's En Masse Chili Jesus.
What?
11.2 fluid ounces. What the hell is with everybody in 11.2?
I think I said 11.2%, like I'm in!
Imperial Stout with chili peppers added. It is a 12% ABV.
I'm more in.
Imported by 12% LLC.
Doesn't that seem backwards when you got
Nice.
more alcohol per volume than you have volume in the can?
I think so, yeah. On a pilgrimage for immortal craft beer, we tripped on some heavenly drops of beer with amazingly overwhelming aromas of chili peppers and more, a thick fudge-like body, pitch black color, and obviously only made in limited amounts. And the taste, furthermore, Jesus. Produced and canned by Evil Twin Brewing at Cerveza del Montes in somewhere in Spain. Stored dark and cool. Hey, basement was perfect.
Good job.
We did well.
I also want to point out the last two band names that we've had was Surprise Entry and Ample Sample.
I forgot about Ample Sample. You text me that one.
Ample Sample's a pretty good one, too.
And they go work so well togetger.
They do.
It's
Like
a Surprise Entry by an Ample Sample.
Yeah, did you guys get that new Surprise Entry album from Ample Sample? Oh, man, that shit rocked.
It rocked my shit. Tie game already.
All right, John, if you were talking about like making fake things, like can we just make a fake band shirt?
Yeah, no, we're doing that.
I will-
that is a band name and album.
I will buy the Ample Sample Surprise Entry T-shirt. I will buy a couple of them. So that
You
when
know,
one
you
wears
keep
it
saying
out.
you're gonna buy
I do, and I keep forgetting.
Two Beerded Guys merch.
I keep
and
getting
then-
drunk, is what happens, and then I just totally forget
Fair.
about it. And then I come back here, I'm like, oh yeah, I meant to do
See,
that.
my problem is I was usually drunk when I bought all of our merch, which, don't forget, you can find on Facebook and twobeardedguys.com. And by get drunk, I mean, we actually have some pretty cool shit, including the Dickies work shirt, which everyone that's actually seen it in person has fallen in love with it.
Yeah.
We had people asking about it when we were out the other day where they could find it. It is a Dickies brand work shirt, so it's durable, it's perfect for all sorts of wear. Being the small town Indiana guy I've worn it to work in and on dates.
And to drink in. It's a multi-purpose garment.
And
It's
then
that good Dickie.
my
It's
favorite
not that
hat,
fake Dickie.
my favorite hat that we have, the Mudhog individual hat and the Ops Guy individual hats are both fantastic as well. I just like because this one has our name.
Yep.
So that makes me enjoy it the most. We do have a really cool shirt for Offscreen Matt, the hashtag Up North.
Up north.
A phrase coined by the Offscreen Matt.
Matt coins a lot of phrases.
He does.
Better or worse.
And don't forget, you can find a lot of those phrases, sayings, hats, personality traits on Instagram at Offscreen Matt.
A lot of interesting commentary on there. Alright, so Evil Twin, I feel like I know them, but I can't really like discern specific things that I've had. But I'm going to this with high hopes.
It's a weird texture. It dried the shit out of my tongue at first taste.
What is it supposed to be? It's a stout, no doubt.
On mas chile Jesus.
Imperial
Nice
stout with
chili.
chili peppers.
Okay, well, that's what I get.
Chili peppers are nice finish. Not hot, but there is something there.
Yeah.
It's a chili pepper beer that we're actually getting the chili peppers on.
It's not hot, but it's a spice.
Yeah.
The Imperial Stout gives me a weird drying effect on my tongue.
You know what's weird
I'm
is
gonna go with this more probably the pepper doing that. Maybe.
No, because it's a bitter.
what's weird is like so many of these chili pepper stouts have something else in it. Like it's throwing me off that's all I taste.
Imperial Stout?
And
Pepper.
chili pepper. There's no cinnamon. There's no nothing else.
Kind of surprised
No
it's
chocolate.
not a little spicier, honestly. Like eat.
But it's a little bit more of a smoky pepper.
It is, but just considering, like you're saying, it's
Chili
just-
peppers aren't typically overly hot.
Oh, okay. I'm not as.
That's why like chili powder is so used in chili because it's not really that hot.
Almost poblano pepper type.
Similar, like a roasted poblano, especially.
Yeah. It's kind of.
That sounds good. Right
It actually works really well.
We're getting called nerds for our food. We're fat. We like food.
I'm not even going to apologize.
I wasn't apologizing.
Yeah.
I just said we're fat.
Yeah.
We like food.
Yeah.
That wasn't an apology.
No, definitely not an apology. I can feel sorry for him.
Because I don't know,
Yeah.
or because I'm not fat.
Both.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So thoughts of this?
No.
Body wise, it's got I like the body personally. It could be thicker, but I don't think it's bad. Basically, like I think John was kind of like pantomiming my thoughts like in real time. Like it's there, it's not bad.
We're giving Matt's a beer body.
36, 24, 36. This is not quite there,
That's what I said.
Yeah. I read that.
but and you said
Name the song. Anybody you're
What,
actually
Brick
watching.
House?
Oh,
I thought you pointed to me. I'm the only person back here.
I even said it.
And no one's commented in like since we came
Why
back from the
does
break.
hour 2 nobody comment? It's weird.
I don't know if you're watching though.
Because either everyone's already fucked up like us, or they give up on us.
Or they have kids that they have to deal with.
Maybe they're watching the Browns like you.
I don't know what you're talking about. There was pass interference.
Say something if
Right
you're
now.
watching though. Hopefully we're still live. Because
That has happened to us before, so...
It does show that we are still broadcasting everything. Let the record show that nothing is stated otherwise.
Anyway, oh, no, my phone lit up for a second. I thought someone was texting me. I was like,
But like for you,
Brett telling me that we're not live or something. That'd been...
yeah.
for the beer though, you said this is 12%.
Yeah,
I think for 12, this drink's pretty smooth.
yeah.
It's not like punch you in the face like that Samuel L. Jackson we had earlier.
The DKML.
It'll get you drunk. Like this is like, oh, you could sip this. You can drink this gingerly, and it'll sneak up on you a little bit later. But
Sorry, I'm in a mood today, and that's like the second time John's asked me for something, and I've purposely kind of been an asshole about it.
that's just today. Valley Tridwell Atwell, Triddle Atwell. Sorry, word letters getting
Yeah, it's
tricky.
Val Outwell. It's Kevin's wife.
I presume by
Yeah.
the last name, but I just kind of butchered the middle thing there. That was my fault. We have you on our 55-inch TV and YouTube. Like,
Wow.
Wow.
we are graduating.
Hold on.
Good.
Hold on. Do you
Yeah,
have a
you-
comb? Real
You guys got
quick?
to fix your beards. Like,
Oh, shit.
I think when you're on like the computer screen, like, it's not that big. No one's gonna notice. On 55 inches, they're gonna
55
see
inch screen.
everything.
Yeah, if you're going to put me on a 55-inch screen, high definition screen, I'm going to need to start taking care of my beard a little better before the show,
Yeah, if only we knew a guy that made beard balm.
Beard balm. Yeah.
which you can find on twobeerdedguys.com. Well, actually, no, only on our Facebook store.
Facebook store.
That one's not on both.
I don't know.
It's been a while since I've looked at them.
So, this beer is everything it advertises itself as. It's a stout, and it's got chili peppers. And it's done really well. It throws me off slightly because normally there's a few
something
other things.
more. Yeah.
And so it pulled it off really well. And I really want to marinate something in it.
Ooh, I bet that would be good. What kind of meat would
I
you
want to go with some ribs.
What kind of meat would you put in this, John?
Maybe some ribs.
Rips?
Ribs.
Rips.
Rips.
I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it.
Rips.
Are you sure you wouldn't think something like some beef, maybe? Like, would this go good with beef or no?
The beef could hold the stout.
I think it might pair well.
What are you thinking?
Granted, I'm not a...
Thinking the Browns already have fumbled 3 times.
Oh,
this
that's
fucking
why.
game.
Okay, well.
Yeah, I thought you really did not like your
Yeah, and I was
marinating
like,
idea.
why is he mad at me about marinating food in this?
Yeah, like
Sorry,
I
I
just said you were
apologize.
fat and you liked food, Tyler.
So obviously this would go really good in a
I'll
chili.
be right back.
Ooh.
In a chili, this would go really good in.
Do you put beer? Well, I don't know. I don't want to ask you to give away secrets, John. But what are your thoughts of like beers and chilies? Then are you a fan or do you not do? Have you dabbled?
I have. I think it's fine. I don't necessarily know how much of a difference it makes. I'm also not a guy who has a set chili recipe. I'm not a multiple award-winning chili maker like
Or
Pete.
multiple runner-up.
But I do think I make good chili, but I make chili for me, not for the mass.
Absolutely.
So.
Also, I turned off the TV because
But this would go.
I'm tired of watching. Welcome to the Bengals.
No,
this year.
actually,
Yeah.
we recovered the ball and we're fine.
Oh.
But it's more...
You're not paying attention.
I
to
want
the
to
show?
pay attention to y'all.
Yeah.
So I turned off the TV.
Definitely in a chili.
I agree with John. It's absolutely great in a chili. I actually was thinking the same thing earlier when I first tasted it. But I love putting beer or whiskey in my chili. I also think the DKML would
Whiskey
be...
in the chili?
Oh, yeah. The DKML would be fun in my chili just because I do add whiskey a lot of times. But this would be perfect for chili. It
Pepper's
does...
done really well.
I do agree with John. It does throw me off a little bit that it's literally just a base Imperial Stout and chili peppers.
Yeah.
What about Valerie's throwing out? What about? She says sounds amazing. A tavern style pot roast. ...
I could see that, especially I would actually marinate.
Marinate? I would marinate it.
Marinate it.
I
Oh,
would love.
Push the button. Push the button. X.
I would absolutely love to put a can or two of this in a crock pot with a great pot roast,
Yeah.
potatoes, carrots, water chestnuts, and mushrooms. I think that would be.
Specific list.
I think that
It is.
I love water chestnuts when
It's
with
good.
that kind of thing because everything else gets so
I like it.
soft.
Yeah.
And the water chestnuts still
Still
get
crisp.
crisp. Yeah. But
It's
that
like balancing.
I think that pepper and stout with the pot roast, the carrots, the potatoes, all that would just. Oh,
No, I it's a solid beer.
you wouldn't need to top with Tabasco by the end. It would just be
No.
good choice, Val. But pot roasts are fantastic, anyways.
So we're gonna score this one,
Can we score it as a marinade for beer
right?
or for beer for food? Marinade for beer.
It's a beer to soak your beer before you drink it.
I even turned off the TV and I can't talk.
Listen, from a beer standpoint, the stout, it's a solid stout. Great body. I mean, it's 12%. Great stout. The pepper's done really well. I don't know.
It's a great
Yeah,
stout.
sorry.
It's a stout.
It's a stout.
It's great.
Yeah. We had a lot to drink. So
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
Yeah, so I don't have a lot to say more than Matt disappeared. So
Yeah.
I guess I'll go first. No,
Okay.
John, you can go first. My
I'll
bad.
go 4 1/4.
4 1/4 out of
Real solid.
John for the unmasked chili Jesus.
I will buy. I don't know if we can buy some more, but I would love to find some more.
I'm gonna give it a 4 on the dot. I like it. I will look for it. I'm also being weird because I started to give it a 3.75, but I am gonna look for it. I want to drink it again, but I also really want to try it. in food.
I would do too. Yeah.
So I'm giving it a bonus quarter point just because
versatile.
I really want to try it in food. And then I'm going to keep randomly talking about random things until Matt gets back. There he is. Hey,
I thought I
Matt,
was gonna make it to the end of the episode. I couldn't.
what would you like to score this?
I wouldn't. I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I feel like
That sounds painful.
somewhere between like a.
Painful.
No, 3.5. Yeah, I was.
Alright, well.
I was kind of bouncing around a couple of them, but
Wrong. It's a 4 average.
it was good. It's got a good stout flavor body. It's got the spice there. It's not got as much spice as I kind of would hope for it just being stout and pepper.
Well, they don't want to burn you out.
Yeah, I mean, there's the flavor. Like you said,
Some people are little bitches.
apparently this is more of a poblano flavor. I'm told.
Oh, it's just a more roasty.
Yeah,
smoky
I
flavor.
was kind of. I've had a lot of the stouts that have that pepper in there. I'm like, ooh, Like you do get a little heated up from it.
Oh, I really wish you could see his face right there.
And I really would have liked a little more of that heat. Yeah, that was actually pretty good. A little more head bobble, but yeah, you had it almost. So it didn't quite get on there. And I think if it would have been something like some chocolate or something in there to pair with it, that probably could have amped up what it was. But
Chocolate would have been good.
for a 12% stout, that was pretty solid. I can't critique anything, say it was bad. I just would have liked a little more.
I want to put this in a skillet, just a thin layer,
You with bacon.
and put the bacon in to cook.
Yo.
Like just a thin coating, like just enough where when it's heating up, it's bubbling.
Instead of putting some extra oil
Drop
in the bacon,
that
just
fucking
drop some of
bacon
that
down
there.
in, and
Oh, that would be... Especially like some Cajun bacon, John.
God,
If
we're
only I had.
we're fat.
We're fat, yeah. I might go fry some bacon up after the show.
We don't have any
That
more of
sounds
this
good.
though.
It's still Cajun bacon. I'll still eat bacon.
True.
I'm doing it. I mean,
There's never a bad time for
Yeah.
bacon.
Do you ever say no to bacon? I mean, I don't.
No. Carrie says, me too. I don't know specifically where that was applying to, but he's on board with some part of that. He says, but if the stout is that good, I don't want to lose it to the pot roast. Oh, they must have been talking about the pot roast. So
it's fair.
I can say, well, I would say this is one, especially with Evil Twin in the area that we're at here, they're not that hard to find. I don't know how hard that beer in particular would be to
picture
find,
of it so I
but,
could try to find it again.
but I think
You
that's...
can also find a picture of it on. Oh no, not on that one.
Yeah, I feel like that one's one that you could probably
Not
find
used to that.
relatively easier around here, where you could get like a
I
pack
don't know.
of
I've
it.
actually never seen that anywhere.
Oh, really?
I got it out of Books and Bruce Muncie, but that was a
Oh.
while ago.
Okay.
And
I might
got
stand
it
corrected. I
because-
just know that I see Evil
Yeah.
Twin, the brewery, available. I just never paid that much attention to look at their individual
Supposedly
beers, what's available.
Cons, fine wines and spirits.
Gotta love
Who
it.
basically has everything in our
almost
area.
always, yeah. God love Cons.
Then they have the Death by Cherries. I shouldn't tell anybody this because I want to get some before they're out.
Oh, Matt, remind me when this episode ends. We need to talk about something. Moving on.
Business.
No, the pleasure. No, it's business.
I'm not gonna give you any advice on your masturbatory aids, Tyler.
No, I'm good there.
If there's one guy who could,
I mean, I could, but I won't.
All right, guys, our next beer because that got a little weird. Funny,
and we're running out of time forever too. Look at us.
Surprise.
funny, but weird.
Yeah, funny.
Our next beer is the triple-digit barrel-aged Cow
Listerman doing what they do best.
rye, peanut butter, vanilla, white chocolate, double brown ale aged in rye
It's
barrels.
melted.
Hey, and listen, it's a double brown ale, not a stout.
Oh,
A double brown ale aged in rye barrels with hazelnuts, peanut butter, vanilla, and white chocolate. At 12.5%, because Listerman ain't fucking around.
Because Listerman ain't no bitch.
And a brown L at 12.5%.
I'm so excited.
All right.
I think
let's go.
this is
Let's go.
where Listerman themselves on the stuff that we had that we were like meh or
Not even pride.
subpar.
The
but-
other stuff, their IPAs have just been.
Well, it's because Listerman has a lane, and it's called high gravity beers, and that's what they're good at.
Yeah.
Like strong dark
Are you
stouts,
gonna put his
brown
nose in?
ales, things like that are their wheelhouse. I think that's the majority of what they really kind of branched out from there. And a lot of the stuff doesn't do it for me so much, except for their Haterade series.
So
Gosh,
we're
that's
actually
just
going to have
great.
something else. I'm having this. Y'all are going to have that.
Ooh, no.
I
No,
bought that
no.
to share. I know where that one came from.
See what I mean? Hey, you and I split it. We give him the 4 days.
All right.
Hey.
It's a black is beautiful.
I mean, hey, what's up?
I've had enough of those Black is Beautifuls to know that none of them are good.
Yeah, we haven't had any luck on those.
No.
I've seen other people post about, oh, this one's so great. And I'm like,
I've also seen other people post like, oh my god, Jack Daniels is the best whiskey ever. Like,
much
oh,
is
you need
that?
to just try
Perfect.
some more things. Downfall to a 12 ouncer, huh? Or wait, is this a 12 ounce or 11.5?
This one's 12.
Okay, look at that.
Doesn't have
Hooray
to
for
be
small
because
miracles.
This is a wider glass,
Yeah, he's good to
and it's a wider glass.
Yeah,
Can't be
he's
as
a
tall
wider
as yours.
Yeah. And go.
Oh, computer's freaking out, John. There we go, baby.
Oh my god, what's wrong?
Computer's just super slow, but... Oh, that smells delicious.
Yeah, it smells delicious.
Why do you think I didn't want to give it to
It
you?
smells like a stout. Like,
That's the adjuncts.
well,
but
no,
yeah.
just fuck the brown ale. Like, this thing smells strong.
Oh,
and
my bad. The
full of things.
gimmicks.
The gimmicks.
Gimmicks.
That's Drecker's.
I mean,
Drecker's
it's dark as hell.
Ah,
It's a double round. I mean, yeah.
still, that's really
That's
dark
real
even
dark.
for
No,
a double
it's just
brown.
dark. Yeah. Not much head on that.
Oh shit, that's a lot of flavor immediately.
I'm doing the counterclockwise smaller swirl here to try to unlock the most robust bouquet.
Not bad. This is not a bad
Oh.
cough. This is. I got so much flavor on that initial. Like, that initial sip is just
Wow.
bam.
Wow.
This is one of those, much like a fine bourbon, you don't breathe through the nostrils, you breathe through your mouth while you're drinking it in because it's just so much on the nose.
So much.
Jesus, there was so much shit there at the beginning.
But damn, that is good.
It's tasty.
I don't know that I'm getting anything specifically out of all the gazillion things that are in it, but it
Are you getting a little
Yes, I was just
Okay.
thinking peanut butter marshmallow.
Okay.
That's 100%. I'm getting peanut butter marshmallow.
is that a fluffernutter?
It's fluffernutter.
Which
Hey, Griffin.
hey,
what's
what's
up,
up,
buddy?
The peanut butter's there. The hazelnut, I forgot hazelnut was there, but that's a flavor that I'm getting.
Yeah.
White chocolate makes sense. It's not that I'm picking it up, but I think that's what's causing
I think it's kind of it's the blendy
I
goo
think
in
that's
there.
what's causing the almost fluffernutter-ish like marshmallow.
Yeah, that sweetness.
Yeah, and then vanilla that's another thing that's adding to that sweetness. This is a lot.
It's really good.
A lot of good. Oh, we got Eb Hunter on. It says, hey guys. He
EB.
says, 2.
It's EB.
And Brett is back now, better
What is
late
EB?
than never.
Hey, Brett. Welcome back to the last beer.
Yes, the last beer.
This is the triple-digit barrel-aged cow. It is a double brown ale aged in rye barrels with hazelnuts, peanut butter, vanilla, and white chocolate. And oh my god, the nose and the flavor are equally as strong as each other.
As the ABV.
Yeah, which is
the
12.5%.
white chocolate is giving us the marshmallow?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think the white chocolate vanilla combo is adding to that marshmallow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that was like one of the first thoughts
Yeah,
I had.
it definitely gives you that. I think the hazelnut and the white chocolate are getting together and making a marshmallow baby
Baby.
in here
There.
somewhere.
Yeah.
That's tasty. That's a good beer to end on.
That's good. I'm surprised, like, as a brown ale, and it's a double brown ale, but, I mean, it's a nice,
Hearty.
thick body. It holds all the flavors well. Like, I was a little worried about it, because sometimes
Cold chill.
sometimes brown ales can't support it.
Eb says, white chocolate, all the chocolate fatness, none of the roast.
It's accurate.
that is pretty great.
Yeah.
All right. that was pretty on top of it.
When are we going to do the,
Never.
and EB
Never.
chime in? Like, when are we going to do the Two Beerded Guys just beer bus?
After
Well,
COVID. That's a
We only have one stop, John. You're gonna drive around the block and come back here. Like, oh my god, we're back in the basement. Here's your next beer.
that actually.
Oh shit, could we do a pedal pub for that and just charge people?
I
Just
do know a guy who owns the.
charge people to like hop on the pedal pub up here, ride around the block, come back, and then we got like a new beer every time they come out. And it's their own Two Beerded Guys experience. It's the Two Beerded Guys experience.
And we just live cast the loop.
I mean, I do know a guy who owns a business that's his entire thing is.
Just saying something to think about, boys. A pin right
We
there.
also know someone who drives a beer bus.
Also, chocolate fatness. Could that be an album name?
I'm not writing that one.
Is that the line?
Man, this beer's solid.
No, it is. It's absolutely solid. This is probably the best beer I've had tonight.
Ed says, hit me up, Chris, and I will roll that out. With like a couple Winky and Naughty, one of these guys.
We'll work that out.
Yeah, that is delicious. Like, the things that I would look for in a stout this brown is doing. Which I know they're, they're kind of like,
it is.
you know, oh, he's also throwing out pedal or gas. But this has got so much good of that chocolate with no roast. That was a very nice little nugget there.
The
like,
gimmicks are fantastic.
yeah, the hazelnut, like it blends well. It gives you that kind of fluffer nut. I don't know what
Fluffer nut.
I don't know what it really is, but
He
it's
nutted. It's fine.
I fluffer nutted. I sneezed too hard.
Grab me the mug, would you?
Oh yeah.
For those of you that have stuck
Oh.
around till the end, we
Oh.
have a surprise.
It would have been less work if you would turn around the other way.
I know.
So, we have a giveaway that will be launching tomorrow. John and I are going to pick beers for it today and other merch we have. But the giveaway is going to launch tomorrow.
Yay!
And
We
your
only talked about it for months.
the thing I've been really teasing up, and actually the main reason we haven't done it, is because we were waiting on this. This is the Two Beerded Guys giveaway mug with our official logo. We'll go to CanCam so you can see it.
Mug cam.
It is absolutely gorgeous, handcrafted by none other than Josh Heim, who makes all the mugs for Books and Brews.
Books and brews or books in brews?
Both. He is, and Rad Brewing Company. He is a fantastic potter. It is handmade. This is a one-off. There will actually never be anything remotely close to this again.
That's awesome.
So
He
him
said
and
it
I-
was too hard.
actually, that's not quite far. That's not that far from accurate.
Too difficult to replicate frequently. How about
It is
that?
not a mass marketable mug because we are going to start selling a unique mug made by Josh Heim on our store as soon as Josh comes up with a reputable, repeatable design with our logo and all that stuff. That's not going to cost all of us an arm and a leg.
I'm gonna be lime green jello whoever gets this because that thing is fucking badass.
This is-
Like,
Badass.
it feels great in the hand. It's very,
is so
very
hard.
form-fitting and ergonomic.
He handed it to me.
It's got a nice heft.
He handed it to me, and I truly was like,
Yeah, I'm sure
so
that thing's a
I'm going to
hardy.
commission another mug, and I'm just going to keep this.
Do we verify the content capacity of this? 'Cause I feel like
I do
that's
not
a hefty
know.
mug.
I would assume it's got a pretty decent heft.
It's got a big hole.
It gets very wide very quick. Great bass.
You alright with there, John?
Great bass on it. All about that bass. It's a.
Did you Megan Trainor the
I
show?
did.
He didn't know who Megan
I figured
Trainor
it out
was
earlier. No, on the way downstairs after that, I figured it out.
Oh, there's so much.
I love
Why
that
did I know
play.
that? Why did John know that? Why did he not know?
Because Kylie shares the same birthday as Megan Trainor. And she's
And
all excited about
she
that.
said that, and I was like,
Okay, I'll give you that.
so I was like, who's Megan Trainor? And he's like, a musician. I'm like, okay. And early, as I came downstairs, I remember. But this is a gorgeous mug. Our logo's on it. It'll
Beautiful
be
mug, good looking mug.
Currently the only
Good
one in
mug.
existence with our logo on it. So,
Yeah.
Brett says
It is truly one of a kind.
that is one mean mug, like throwing a hot dog down a hallway.
I love, I understand why
He's
you
very
put
right.
the logo on the can, but my favorite part is that
I spun it so they can
That
see it.
splatter
Yeah.
down the back,
that
yeah.
just dripping down there that way and just
Not helping, John.
it's sloppy.
Gets
make
off.
sure-
That gets sloppy.
If you don't follow us on Instagram, I absolutely suggest doing that because that's where we will be announcing tomorrow. We'll be announcing the rules, everything that's going to be given away, yada, yada, yada. So follow us on Instagram and you'll have a little bit of a head start and maybe you'll be the winner. So that'll be awesome.
Valerie also threw out, sorry to get off the mug there, but before I get too drunk and run over. Kevin says the brew bus could come down here and drink at our garage as well. So, I don't know how easily we coordinate from hither to thither, John, but
We do a brew bust to garages and basements.
And then go to Carrie's and drink whiskey.
dude, that would be the most like
That'd be the most,
underground brew
that'd be the
bus.
most Two Bearded Guys thing ever.
It would be.
That would be kind of neat, like if people would actually want to do it.
I know a handful that would.
Well, I mean,
That's
I mean,
all
like,
we
people,
really need to make this happen.
I mean, people that would pay to go on,
Yeah,
not people
that
to be
would be
open
the
to
most Two
doing.
Bearded Guys thing ever.
That would.
I'm so happy with how this turned out. I really don't want to give it away, but I'm excited to do it.
John, do you have a measuring cup upstairs that we can figure out the
We'll
content
figure it out.
capacity of this grail?
But anyway,
Wait. I think you're under. Like,
we need to record our
Our score.
score.
This is the Two Bearded Guys grail. Choose
It
wisely.
is. It is.
Pretty fucking accurate, yeah.
Yeah.
Triple Digit was the beer we just had by Listerman.
Carrie says
12.5%.
he's in. Stop by his
Perfect.
bar.
Yeah, I bet that was one
I
knew
knew
would
Carrie
be-
would absolutely. Well, Carrie would be a host.
Yeah.
He'd
Carrie's
be the
basement
whiskey
is.
stop?
Yep.
The adult sophisticate basement.
See, it's good.
Oh, that's what.
I forgot that today.
Can we not rename it? Wait, does your basement have a name, Carrie? Is it the adult sophisticate? Is that? Can we just
That's
call
what it is. That's what it is.
It's
We
really
just
different.
named your basement.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Again, that's the 12.5% Listerman's Triple Digit.
There's only fancy people getting
Double
there.
brown ale with a whole lot of adjuncts.
And a beautiful double brown ale.
Yeah.
My God.
I normally don't like browns because I feel like they pale in comparison to the stouts.
I think it's true.
And this one holds its own. Even-
So
It does.
I'm going to give it a 4.5. I think it is absolutely fantastic, and I will hopefully have it again. Maddie.
You count. God damn it.
I know.
Sucks, doesn't
I'm
it?
basking in this counting and mattering. I'm starting at the nipples, rubbing down the navel. It helps the digestion and feeling of like, you know, acceptance and goodness. No, that's 4.5 is the perfect score on this. Yeah, this thing is delicious. I having had this, will like to have this again. It's fantastically crafted. The stout snob that I am normally scoffs at browns, but this thing can hold its own against a stout right now. Like, this is delicious.
And I was going to also go 4.5. I mean, that's right where I was at.
Universal. Orange whip, 3 orange whips.
Yeah, 4.5 is the average score. That is stupid good.
Yeah.
Beer of the night, Matt, you're first.
I want to go with the Chicao because it deserves it and the score, but it's also Listerman, which I come to expect great things. I'm actually going to go with the novelty malt liquor barely knower that we had, because that was just such a weird, different, novel, hearty, heavy experience. It was very unique.
Experience is a very good word for that.
It's an experience to have that thing, and that was just a cool thing to try, and I'm very glad that I had it.
I mean, you're not wrong. This is a great beer, and like I said, like, you always need one of those on the shelf, because when you're like, one of those days, you're like, I just need that fucking beer.
It's I'm getting fucked up night.
The best beer of the night was no doubt Listerman. However, my beer of the night is the watermelon scoop.
What?
Like that.
Coming out of left field.
Yeah. No.
John with the Jolly
didn't-
Rancher John.
I did not anticipate that, and I enjoyed the hell out of it, and that is my beer of the night.
I'm going to have to agree with off-screen Matt.
Woo!
The DKML, I don't even know how much. It's an experience from sip 1 through the end. It is a bourbon drinker's dream beer, while also kind of being the one where you go, man, I drink a lot of whiskey, and I'm struggling with the little bit of beer I have here. Like, that is a lot of flavor packed into a very small bottle. Very, very good. I mean, our top rated beer is triple digit.
Yeah, and that is the
this is
that
the
is
best beer,
Yeah.
but the beer of the night is not
Best
necessarily
beer.
the best beer.
Best beer of the night actually goes to the DKML, as 2 out of 3 of us chose it.
That's fine.
I don't blame John, because the watermelon candy scoop kind of surprised all of us a little bit.
But it's not everybody's cup of tea, which I get. I just really enjoyed it.
But
If that had been like a raspberry thing instead of watermelon, yeah, I would have been like balls deep in that and right there with you. But just watermelon is not my jam.
Sure, I get it.
It's like coconut, mushroom, olive, and watermelon. Like, those are just like not my jams.
But yeah, that was a good night. We had 3 beers at a 4 or higher. The Chili Jesus, the triple digit was a 4.5, and then DKML was also a 4. Only 1 under a 3 tonight. So not
Really?
a bad night.
Not
A
a bad
derivative.
night. Not a bad
I
night.
felt like the beginning it felt very average, and I guess
That's the thing is they were average.
It was everything was
it was a lot of
average.
It
average.
was in
and we
that
had a couple
325,
standouts.
325. There was a lot of those.
So Brian, if you're listening, you left too soon.
But yeah, thank you guys for listening. Sorry I got distracted for a minute. There's a reason I turned off the TV, which I'm also dying right now to turn back on. Thank you guys for listening. I am TBG_ops guy.
Hot Hog B&Q.
Behind the camera is.
Off-screen Matt.
Make sure you follow us, smash that like button, subscribe, do all of the above. I'm okay with that. That's a great interruption point.
Yeah.
And also, we love you guys.
Drunken movie
Later.
reviews. Let's go.